Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high, Latex 69 is in the house, Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high, Latex 69 is in the house, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Twisted Stiels, Leather Donut, Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high, Latex 69 is in the house, Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high, Latex 69 is in the house. Latex. I was only following orders. Latex for the opposite. I'm still only following orders. Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high. Latex 69 is in the house. Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high. Latex 69 is in the house. Latex 69 is in the house, we like to rock it high. Latex 69 is in the house. Latex.
Why, hello, world. Welcome to Nightcap for January 12th, 2022. Hagbard and Prophet already in the house. Cap much at night? Didn't think so. Get in, loser. MGTOW. Let's go, Brandon. Hagbard says, get your money's worth from that Orgasmo soundtrack. Well, last time I played it, when I did it on D-Live, I like to start the show with a song. Like to start the show with a song. That one did not get flagged. Nobody gives a fuck about the Orgasmo soundtrack, apparently, which is a shame. It's a great song. Prophet said he paid for that license. He's going to use it. I paid for it with my time, my blood, my energy. How many times have I purchased Orgasmo? At least 3 times in my life. VHS, DVD, and then Blu-ray. It's a good-ass tune. So we're going to get into it tonight. We got some exciting places to go. We're going to be getting back into the wild world of furries, but not just regular furries, not just regular ass furries, not entirely. You guys know about the virtual world? Have you heard about virtual chats, VR chats? There's a YouTube channel called Humans of VR, and they have been chronicling and categorizing the weird subculture of VR chat rooms. And we're going to check out some of that stuff. And we're going to start off with one that was like a furry convention. COVID hit people really hard. Hit a lot of people really hard. But no one was hit harder than the furry. They had nowhere to go. I mean, what the fuck are you going to do? You can't be an exhibitionist? That's your entire deal. That's your entire thing. No, I'm sure they had Zoom hangouts and Discord chats, all sorts of cool stuff like that. But some people like to kick it up a notch, really get into the fantasy, really get into it hard. So we're going to check out a few of those videos. And then we might, at the very end of the stream, finish our stream from Monday night, our marathon 5-hour stream about Diane, the antinatalist. There's just a couple more videos. We were right at the end. I had like one more video to watch after that. It was like the closer. And my internet completely shit the bed. It just completely fucking died. I was like, you come that far and just cucked again. Prophets leaving me messages. Diane was right. Diane is right. Diane is right. I felt like that way for a brief moment, but no. I knew that we would have another chance, another time up at bat. But we can get it done. We can get it done. Life always finds a way. So we'll just start off with this, and then we'll kind of just see where the night takes us. I got a few other things, queued up just in case we can't find our way. But we'll just do what we do. Let's do a good old fashioned episode of Nightcap. The kids love it. You love it. We all love it. So here we go.
Convention?
Best weekend of my life.
Architecture.
Look at him. He's so soft.
Yeah. See? Easy, 10 out of 10.
Whatever helps.
That's kind of weird. What you doing with the brush, man?
Oh, I'm being recorded, huh? Oh dear.
Oh my god, can you hear the voices? Can you hear their fucking voices? Like they're excited. This guy's totally in character. This little bunny-eared fox dude here. Whoo, shit. Hagbert says, my sister was going to take my nieces to BronyCon a couple years back until I explained furries to her. They have infected everything. Every con has been infected by furries. It's like they're laundering their lifestyle. They're laundering their lifestyle. They're trying to normalize it as much as possible because I live a few hours away from Atlanta. They have Dragon Con. And, I'm kind of a nerd. And I thought about it. There was a time in my life I was like, should I go to Dragon Con just to see the experience, just to check it out? Haven't really been to too many conventions, but it's been completely taken over by furries. You just can't get rid of them. They're like herpes. Prophet says, okay, stop. Next episode.
Do you have a, oh my, do you have a room? I'm just gonna.
What the fuck? Oh man, we're about to experience, I think, some very lonely people. Do you have a room? You got a room, playa?
You're very nice. You have nice attributes, but I'm afraid I have to be going. I'm just gonna.
I don't even mean to stop this much. That dude is fucking. This bear is twerking, trying to entice this fox bunny. The fox bunny was, initially kind of interested, but then the bear got too aggressive, as bears are one to do, I suppose. Ask Grizzly Man.
Go over here.
I'm fine with just a furry being acting around being at conventions, but when it gets to furry, you get what I'm saying? It gets to that.
So you have a little kid here talking about yiffing, and this person thought it was appropriate to include this in their montage of VR furry conventions. Come on, guy. Come on. Oh, the internet was a mistake, dude. The internet was a mistake. Prophet says when they say metaverse, this is what they mean. This is what they want your kids to grow up inside. You're not wrong, because this is right. This is early metaverse stuff. It wasn't, wasn't old Zuckerberg. It wasn't the Zuck that came up with this shit. This shit's been around for at the very least, in some level of sophistication, for almost a decade. In terms of the actual VR thing, you got a headset, you got little dongles, walking around, twerking for your friends. That's been around for kind of a while.
And the furry stuff, that's when I'm like, okay, nah.
That's what I'm like.
It wasn't anything sexual. A lot of people think furries are a strictly sexual thing. I'm not going to deny there's a sexual part of the fandom, but I feel like there's a sexual part of every fandom. You look at Transformers, you look at My Little Pony. Bronies.
Yeah, but it's not such a huge portion though. There are people that are, weird freaks. They like to get down with that shit, but that is not the lion's share of the Transformers community. They're not sticking Transformers up each other's asses. The furry thing, I don't even understand. There's so much insecurity. There's so much denialism about the things that they do. I guess they understand, social ostracization being what it is. I guess that's something they just get kind of on an innate level, but it is. It's a fucking, it's like a kink. Back in the old days, they used to call them the perversions. Now we just call it kinky sex. And that's the thing, because they mix it with cons and fandoms and bronies and all this stuff. And there's a ton of little kids that go to these things. God damn, I don't know what I'll do. If my son ends up being a furry, holy shit. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I would do. I might just have to just walk out the front door and just keep walking until I reach the cliff that I could just fucking launch myself off.
Are diet furries, so any other fandom, sex sells is my point, no matter where you are.
It's I know it's all true. I've seen it.
Who's this guy? Some interloper here? Yo, you look like a dude. You look like a regular guy. What are you doing? Prophet says, right now this is a VR chat room, but when goddamn Elon sticks that chip in your brain, it's going to be integrated into everyday life alongside late stage capitalism. Maybe. I guess if we can go down, we're going to go down. It's going to be a hellscape, and we're not going to want to see that hellscape. We're not going to see how bad it really gets. That's what's going to happen. Prophet says, as your ghost producer, I advise you to take a 6-minute interlude at some point during the night. Hagbard says, that's actually a dog. Her persona is human. These dogs. All right, you got that? Okay. All right, I'll try to. Can you send it to me on like Facebook?
Yes, we do some of that stuff, but we don't do it like 24/7 every time.
Furries are okay if you find the right people. It's just like real life, you know?
I was gonna say, you know, furries aren't bad. I don't have a problem.
Can you meow for me?
Whoa. My homie ain't a cat, bro.
More like a...
Like they get like mildly offended, be like, hey, come on, dude. What are you doing? That's like misgendering a trans person in the furry world. That's like, you didn't use my pronouns, bro. Trami says, well, we were going to end up in Furries sooner or later. Furries is actually, it's one of the first episodes of Nightcap. It's a very old episode. It was how I found the documentary Animal Passions, actually.
My brother was like, furries are disgusting. Don't ever talk to them. And I'm like, all right. 2 years later, he introduces me to furries. Turns out he's a furry. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, don't tell anyone. And like, this kind of gets depressing, but he tries to shit on me around other people because I'm a furry and I'm fine with it, but he's not fine with it. He's not comfortable with it. And then I kind of
interpersonal politics, right? Sorry, I apologize. I'm just going to apologize for that right up front.
Just shat him out of my life, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't need you. And he's gone. My blood-related brother.
I mean, I've been around for 13 years, but I've only been really active in it for like the past 2 years. My eyes are up here.
Yeah, I like how he gives himself a nice little bulge there. Oh, got to help his buddy out. This is so strange.
A lot of people judge you for that.
I'm a furry. I just don't have
holy shit
skin right now.
Yo, that's
Furries are good people.
Yeah,
looks like you're both
one
new.
question. What are those?
Oh, sure.
What are those? You mean that?
Were you
Nice
asking what are those? These people?
Yeah, are they like have these employees or something?
No, they're
Send with us.
Ascend where?
Donald Trump will turn your...
Theo Dirt says, YouTube recommended this to me. I must have given off some serious furry vibes. Better watch it, buddy. Better watch out. I don't know what you've been looking at, friend.
children into cornflakes.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
That sounds like a fact. I absolutely wasn't born a furry. Just exposure to like certain cartoons and things as a kid, like Alvin and the Chipmunks or Ren and Stimpy or stuff like that.
What you got to do is you got to take your TV and you got to throw it out the fucking window. If you have any children, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Burn all the books. Get yourself a box of some sort with, with some sort of natural light simulation. And that's where you grow your child. Look at what happened. Innocently watching Alvin and the Chipmunks. And this is where we end up. Dark. Very dark. He doesn't even talk to his brother anymore. His brother is a complete closeted furry. And that caused like some consternation in their relationship. And now they can't talk anymore. Imagine like not talking to somebody over personas. Over being a furry. Ooh, we just started. We're only 14 minutes in.
Furry is not even remotely like a sexuality. So
I first heard about furries on like forum. When I first saw it, I was like, "This is the most disgusting shit I've ever seen." And then like I just kept looking at it, and then
I just started masturbating to it all the time. Prophet says, Alvin did this. Kitty, do your job. Hagrid says he just wants a hula hoop. It's kind of like I feel like a lot of this stuff and the gateway to a lot of this stuff for people, especially people that are like Gen Z, I suppose, is ironic internet shit like manifests into it's not ironic anymore. It stops being ironic at some point because enough people just are exposed to it enough times over and over and over again, and like image boards and whatnot. It just normalizes it. Then it becomes like a predilection. I mean, you could go to like 4chan. How many like pictures you're gonna see of like Sonic the Hedgehog with a throbbing cock like raping tails? It's all over the place.
I kind of figured it out and on why people like it.
Oh, this guy's coming. The guy with no hands. God damn it. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, look at her again.
You need to take a shower or something, because stink.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. It's
From Josh Dub, yeah.
It's me, your narrator.
Going to like an in real life furry convention's a lot different.
Yeah,
Nobody's huddling around like that. Everybody's in a big ass circle.
Oh yeah,
Like
I met him
thousands of people.
in December.
Yeah, it's not the same, guys. I just want to assure you, if you think this is strange, the setup here, I assure you the real thing, a lot more cumin. A lot more cumin.
The furry convention, best weekend of my life. I'm not even kidding. Like,
The con is officially started when you see an ambulance out front in front of the venue. That's when you know it started.
Hey,
we're talking
hi.
mad shit behind your back.
Yo,
Just thought I'd let you know.
No, you guys are talking.
No,
You're talking.
No.
I don't think
No,
that,
he's
this guy
deaf.
just
What
wants
the
to-
f? No,
What
no,
the
we
hell?
weren't
I
talking
trust
bad.
you guys. Oh man, everybody's talking.
They're talking shit about the golden ape. Come on now. Jeremy, what's up, Jeremy? I said, did Fritz the Cat start this? Walt Disney? Who knows? Ooh, Fritz the Cat definitely has some responsibility. A little bit. Trami says, I've watched Internet Historian. I know what you do at those conventions. Exactly. Yeah, we're not. It's obvious. Like they can't just like cop to it. They can't just admit it. It's like just admit this is like some weird kink. I'd have more respect for you. Stop trying to pretend it's like, oh, it's just part of my identity and just this quirky thing I do. It's like cosplaying. You guys know cosplay, right? It's a very distant cousin of cosplay, I would say.
I feel like just looking in and not being associated at all with any of this, I feel like it just depends on like who the person is. Like first time I met him, I mean, I'm like, okay, he's a furry. I mean, I'm like, okay, I mean, let's just see how he is. I mean, because like I was just listening into like how he was talking. I'm like, okay, this dude's kind of chill. I like him.
Stop crying like a little bit. No one's talking to you, okay?
Oh my god. Oh wow.
That just wasn't nice, man. Like, what?
Look at this interpersonal drama that's going on here. They're like, they're talking shit about him. He's like wandering around, pacing around in some sort of anxiety-induced panic. They're just like, and they're mean girling him. They're mean girling the golden ape. How dare they? You gotta have respect for the golden ape. You don't just see a golden ape everywhere. Even in the VR world, even when Elon Musk implants that chip in us so we can't tell how bad it is, if you see a golden ape, you'd be fucking nice to him. He's probably got gifts.
Why would you come and say that
for?
I'm sorry, you were crying all
No, you're
day.
not.
No one's talking shit about you. You're beautiful. You're awesome.
no.
Furries in the furry convention.
Yeah, just a very healthy situation. Just like our attention-seeking people with emotional problems get to gaslight everybody all day, every day. I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
You know, I really am very mixed with that right now.
He's gonna suck his dick?
I like kind of going in there sometime, but sometimes it could be whack.
One year in 2017 at Midwest Fur Fest.
September 14th, I think, 2011.
I've been a furry since 7th grade. I'm 21, so I was probably like 12, so 9 years.
I feel like I've technically been a furry all my life, but I knew about the fandom officially in 2011.
Is this a fight club?
Oh shit, we got celebrities. We got Kermit in there. Tarami says, yep, this is 100% sustainable. This is the new way, Tarami. When Elon Musk gives you that chip, this is what we're all going to do. Who are you going to be? Who's going to be your VR persona? I don't know.
Dude, you gotta find your arms. You're bleeding everywhere.
I feel like a lot of the fandom tries to be accepting, but they don't realize what accepting is. And that doesn't mean like I condone any of it. It's like you see a lot of people who are quite political, and people are like, I don't want any of that. So it's like, do you want to be accepted?
What? Wait, hold on. What do you mean political? What does that mean? What does that mean in this context? I really want to know. Crusade Electronics says, shock. Trami says, I'm going to be the bear in Grizzly Man.
Accepting, or do you not want these people involved in the fandom?
So he's saying that even in the furrydom, partisan bullshit still rears its ugly head. Even then, they're just like, who did you vote for? Who did you vote for, motherfucker? You can't be part of. You get out of here, Kermit. I heard you voted for Trump. Heard you voted for Trump. That's why Miss Piggy left you.
His ass is showing.
We're looking for challengers to take on our current champion, Coca Corgi. Anyone willing to step into the ring and defend their championship title of top boxer of FurryCon 2020? Let's see if anyone can step into the ring. Oh, that's already lost.
Haggard says, I feel like I wasted my youth. We used to take mushrooms and hang out in Rockaway. We could have had personas. He really could have really elevated the experience. I mean, think of all the wasted time, Hagrid. I feel the same way. Me and the boys, Prophet being one of them. We could have been kings. We could have been Persona kings. Travis says, these cliques tend to be amazingly incendiary. Just like a Tumblr, it's in a constant state of implosion. No, you're right. Actually, you're right. Because this is all that they do. They only operate on these fucking emotional levels. And it's all just like kayfabe. It's all just like it's completely almost completely imaginary. It's all like so surface level that it really has nothing to do with like actual life or existence. It's all just this fantasy land. It's like people that take, collecting action figures or Marvel movies or even regular movies too seriously, and they can't get out of that loop. They can't get out of the loop. These people, it's just like they take it even a step further. Jeremobi says, the NIGHTCAP furries are rising.
The points right there, but they're still standing.
What are
They're
you
going
doing? Fight.
Man, that ping is really not helping out We Judge.
It's like some right-wing thing, and then people made a banner on your badge that said Nazi furs, fuck off.
Like I said before, the fandom isn't perfect. I was friends with the open Trump supporter furry. We're no longer friends. We didn't.
Yeah, I got rid of him just like I got rid of my brother. Hagbert said, Catboys make sense now. Yeah, because, those guys, those types, they're in those fucking, spend all their time on anonymous message boards looking at fucking furry porn that gets posted ad nauseum. Back in my day, it was like hentai shit. You were like, ooh, that's provocative. That's crazy. Maybe you jerked off to a cartoon or two. Whatever. Listen, I'm not judging. But this just takes it to a new level.
Didn't really go off harshly. It was kind of a more, we just don't agree, so we're just gonna
You voted for Trump. People like you want people like me dead.
part ways thing.
Are you a brownie? Do brownies eat brownies and like to with downies?
Love brownies.
I feel like it happens often, but not as harshly as people might think. Kind of like down there. I feel like half the time I see people down here in virtual ferns, chances are a good chunk of them probably don't agree with each other politically, but they can talk to each other just fine. Keep this in the video.
So they're saying this is better than being in person. This is better than being in person. We can just in here, everybody's safe. Everybody's insulated. And you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to buy expensive fursuits. Those things get very expensive, like thousands of dollars.
Don't think what we're saying is representative of these characters. Found these publicly.
I only show myself to prove that I don't care what others think of me. I'm not trying to be somebody else that I don't want to be.
Pretty
or they
Chad,
just think it's
pretty
weird
Chad.
in general, which is, to be honest, who's not weird? Say something like
Okay, that guy rocks. This guy rocks. If I found myself in one of these chat rooms, I'd probably be like this dude. Wait. Prophet says Spice King ate 4 flaming Cheetos max and cheese cups in 4 minutes today, but it just all seems so meaningless now. Imagine if you did it dressed as a furry and you filmed it. You'd be internet famous. Crusade Electronics says, I wonder how many of these people work for the federal government. Well, probably a few of them. I bet you there's probably more people involved in this stuff, this weird shit, that are in like positions of authority than you might imagine. Prophet says he even drank water to make it more spicy.
Jesus Christ. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Bro, you need Jesus. Chill. Just put the gun down. Chill. You're on a Christian server. We don't kill each other. Look at me, dude.
We're on a Christian server. We don't kill each other. Well, I'm so happy to see that the Christian community has, the modern day Christian community has embraced personas. Good for them.
I'm gonna teach you how to kill someone, okay? I'm gonna teach you how to kill the enemy girl.
The enemy girl. Yeah. Oh, see, this is like what they're talking about in Kotaku or like any of those gaming magazines when they write an article where they're just like, people are sexually harassing each other in VR. It's happening, people, and it needs to stop.
Follow me at Bunny Do Talks. Do as in like water, like do want to leave.
Yeah, I'm Rive Spice, RIVESPICE.
Rive Spice. Holy shit. Share why they feel guilty. Somebody, oh my God. So somebody in one of these VR chats, I tried to kill my parents. That's a pretty provocative thumbnail. And it's working. It's working because we're definitely clicking on it.
Since I have anonymity, I will be this right here and now. I am fundamentally not a good person. I have done a lot of bad things.
I once
And when they say things like that, it's like an 18 or 19-year-old kid talking about like memeing in a chat.
tried to actually kill my parents, and I feel so guilty about it, like for real.
That one day I feel so angry so much, and I hurt my mom.
I value truth, and again, I'm gonna go to the dark side because that is where my guilt is.
I think, for me, me talking to a hacker. I have a disorder called selective mutism, and it's an anxiety disorder. Public situations, you physically can't speak even though you might want to. It's like you're paralyzed, not really paralyzed, but it's like
your mouth just won't do what your brain wants it to.
When I was a bit younger.
I'm so happy this anime child was able to find somebody that understood her. Trami says, i.e., I once spit on a homeless guy, which is shitty, but yeah. It's pretty shitty.
I was experimenting with my orientation and everything like that, and I got my first boyfriend. This man made me feel like the sun was something he built in his tool shed every morning before I woke up, so I could wake up and look out the window and see it and realize that life was beautiful and was built for me. I had never had someone who cherished my thoughts and my wants and me. But the problem is I've always suffered from depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And I broke off our relationship in a very bad way, I have to say, because I didn't want him to deal with the pain and the suffering because I thought I wasn't going to stay alive. I didn't want to give him a dead boyfriend.
Jesus Christ. So I don't know. Do you think that something like this, these VR chat rooms, because they create an abstraction and people can feel like they can be more honest. So if people have like real emotional problems, they can come here and unburden themselves, that would be a good thing for like therapy. I suppose it's possible, but on the other side of it, which I think you're kind of more or less seeing here, is that it indulges people. It kind of enables people a little bit and their own kind of narcissism and their neuroses. And it's like a space where everybody like pretends to be super understanding and blah, blah, blah. I mean, maybe it does get heated. I don't know. Like I could see both sides of something like that. But I would tend to think, though, if it's just people talking in a chat, it would probably manifest in the same way that, like I said, anonymous message boards, even old chat rooms back in the day. Like when you're like teenagers just kind of like emotionally trolling each other a little bit, pretending that they're just, because you don't know anybody, you're a teenager, you're very dramatic. Seems like that's kind of what a lot of these people are, like very dramatic about everything. Trauma says, problem is that you also delve into all this shit you're feeling because it's never not okay to do so. Yeah, exactly. You can enable it, right? And enable it in an inappropriate way. And also just cause you to like get addicted to the attention that is given by calling yourself a bad person.
That is my guilt.
Go back
I
to
wish
the
I
lady
never
who
met
said that
man,
she
but I will
was going to kill her
continue to learn
parents.
to live in love and be content with myself.
Why isn't she in
I
jail?
always feel like she hating me all the time. I start to grab a knife and try to hurt her by myself. But then I realized that she's actually love me so much, but I did not feel that way. I did not know the truth that she loved me. The thing I did is the wrong I am. That's what I make me feel good all the time.
Let my friend suck my dick. It was not good. Yeah, we kind of drifted.
It always comes back to something like that. Oh, my buddy. Well, he sucked my dick. Travis says, I saw this on IRC back in the 90s. People end up in a vicious circle of feeling more. Exactly, 100%.
After that, because it just made everything awkward. He was my best friend as well, so yeah, kind of sucks.
Question is, what's the
It
worst?
kind of sucks. You let your buddy suck your dick, and he's your best friend, and it's awkward now. You guys can't. You couldn't have been that good of friends. So you keep just like, yo, dude, hey, listen, I know things got weird. No, you totally sucked my pee. You asked my pee. You asked my D, buddy. But like, but now we can't fucking hang out and play Overwatch anymore because I just feel weird about it. Now we're in separate VR chat room communities, dark stuff. Prophet says Edgewood Little Zay had 3 bodies on him by the time he was 13, and these fucking kids think getting in school suspension makes them Jesse James.
Worst thing? I mean, here's the thing with the question. There's nothing I regret there's nothing I've done that I regret because I don't really feel empathy. I have a neurological disorder that, I just don't feel sorry for anything that I do.
How many of these people do you think are like self-identified or they like what do you call it? They came up with this like they labeled themselves like, well, I have a neurological disorder. Do you think he really went to a doctor and discerned that, or do you think he just like assumes because he wants to play this character? I mean, come on. Hagbard says all of them. Oh, it's no more than 95%.
It's like I do things and then I have to reflect on it and like, oh, okay, maybe that was not acceptable at that point in time. But basically, it's a branch of autism that is a rare variant, I guess, of Asperger's syndrome. And there's this part of your brain that deals with apathy and those core emotions, and I just straight up don't got it.
And I was in public one time, and there's this girl that, like, she kept trying to talk to me.
This is like what this reminds me of like the new thing right now on TikTok is for people to say that they have like multiple personality disorders and pretend like they're coming in and out of different IDs. Remember that show? There's a show on Showtime from years ago, The United States of Terra. Like people kind of like just pretend to have that on TikTok. It's very interesting. And their self-diagnosis being on the spectrum. There it is. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Self-diagnosed. Yeah, no, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that they're self-diagnosed on the spectrum. They watched some videos, dude. They probably saw some TikTok video or read something on Wikipedia, and they're like, "Shit, that's me. That's me to a T."
And this happens a lot, actually. I couldn't speak to her, and she thought I was like ignoring her. And I always feel guilty when that happens because I want to talk, but like I can't.
A few years back, I used to work as a youth leader. I worked with a
Oh, great. I'm so happy that you used to be a youth leader.
bunch of teenagers. We'd like meet up once a week, have a good time. One of the kids, a teen girl, was kind of the life of the group. Everybody loved her. She was always bright and cheery, but I started catching like little hints here and there that there was some kind of dark stuff happening in her life.
Yeah, right now I
Oh
actually.
yeah, they've always saved somebody. They're always saviors. Trauma says, "Look, I've watched Internet Historian. I'm definitely autistic."
Be with her. I always love her. I always be with her. I always feel good for that what I have done. But in this time, I feel like I have to make it better. I don't think about the past. Or just think about the future. What I have to do about my mother.
I was feeling guilty that I supposed.
What the hell is going on? Just what is going on? What is this dude doing?
To do something right.
He's like a baby. He's got like the face of a baby and the body of a man.
But after that, I realized I have to don't give a shit about stuff. So I started not give a shit. Now I'm happy. You know, Russian culture very strict. You're supposed to behave right, dress right, and think right. But I decide this shit. I'm out, and now I'm really happy.
Like, let's say.
Fucking Russians are crazy, man. Trauma says that youth leader guy was projecting so hard, and he was. He's just that the affectation of his voice. Oh yeah, just a hero. Hagbert says he know the way.
Hey, like my best mate. I'm not. Let's call him Bob, for instance. Bob, if he died tomorrow, I couldn't give two.
Then how is he your best mate? How is he your best friend? How do you even identify that? You must have some sort of feelings, or is it just because he's the only person you hang out with? That would be valid, I suppose. Yeah, he just won't leave me alone.
Like he's the type of guy where
Try to suck my dick. I sucked his dick one time, and now we don't play Overwatch together anymore. He's probably around here telling everybody about it. Yeah.
He's been through with me thick and thin. But if he were to die tomorrow, I could not care less. I understand that the social thing is that I'm supposed to feel sad, but I just don't.
Kind of could tell that she was dealing with depression and some dark thoughts. And one week, I thought that I should probably talk to her before, before things get too bad. But I kind of put out of it and said, I'll talk to her next week.
And now she's dead. Now she's fucking dead. Travis says, "Damn, you got it there. You got there before me. Hey, that's a rare occurrence. I'll take it. I'll tell you. Usually, you're pretty quick. It's probably that YouTube lag. It's that YouTube lag. Don't you worry. Don't you worry."
Unfortunately, 3 days later, she committed suicide, and always had that thought of if only I would have toughed it out and actually talked to her. Maybe she would have made it if she had someone.
I randomly stopped talking to a friend of mine, someone who was pretty much.
Hyper says, "So I told her, drink 16 ounces of bleach and call me in the morning, or don't."
Always there for me and actually needed me to be there for them, but I don't know.
Here, man, have this.
I made her drunk and we had. And after that, she wanted to have a relationship, but I don't want it because it was like an accident.
I guess it is ERP related. I have a friend, and there was this chick who he had like a crush on, and he brought her around.
What is this pose? What is this pose, guys? What is the anime girl thing with like young dudes nowadays? These cat boys. This was probably Nick Fuentes' friend here that he was hanging out with at the arcade. It's probably this cat boy right here.
But then she wanted to hang out with me later, and she was kind of into me, and I didn't know, but we kind of did stuff. But then she was romantically into my friend, and it made her all conflicted, and it kind of took the relationship. She's not romantically into.
He's like, and we haven't been in VR chat together ever since. How much of this stuff do you think happens in VR chat as opposed to actually happening IRL in real life?
Interested in me, but I don't know. I turn her on, which is something my friend isn't really good at doing.
I never really have stuff that would make
My friend's a bitch. He's beta.
me feel guilty because I'm kind of lonely, really lonely, to the point where I just kind of stay in my room.
I'm not sure. I can't remember the last time I felt guilty for something.
I got a psychopath over here.
No, I just mean I don't recall
I
doing
all those people to see if I would feel guilty, but I just didn't. So I don't know, man. My biggest insecurity is that I just don't have empathy.
Humans to me are very fickle creatures. it's strange because I am a human and no other creature on Earth thinks they exist, but I don't like Furries. And for me to say I hate them is, it's kind of like saying you hate flies. They're just there, Yeah, they get your food. That's whatever, but that's just what they are. They just doing what they're supposed to do. So there's a part of me that, I don't know.
I like this one. Cece says, "Welcome to the internet. We have such progressive sites to show you." Insert Hellraiser meme. Trami says, "Maybe you never feel guilty because you never leave your fucking room."
It's very different.
I was just
Like, I would like to see the other side of these people's lives a little bit. I wish there was something that we could maybe we can find something that's like just a little bit about like what are their real lives like. It reminds me, like, years ago, there was a documentary, it used to be on Netflix, I think, that was about people that were really into Second Life. Really into Second Life, which I suppose is like a precursor to a lot of this stuff, right? And how, for some of them, it like really ruined their lives. Like, people ruined like marriages. People get like hyper addicted to these things. VR ain't no joke. Virtual reality, virtual life ain't no joke for some people.
talking to people online, and some random guy sent me a site. So I clicked on it. It was just something random. Later, the person called me, and I picked it up. I didn't know that the person was a hacker before, but the guy, he told me that I was too young to be on be on Discord, and I was confused. He told me my address and my location, and I got scared. I didn't know what to do.
Maybe he was trying to do you a favor. Maybe he was trying to scare you off of whatever the fuck you were doing. The fuck are you talking to like strange hacker dudes on fucking Discord when you're like 13? What are you doing? Maybe it was somebody with a conscience.
Would that be an insecurity if you didn't have empathy? Like, wouldn't you just not care?
I mean, I don't think so. Just because you can't feel like empathy for people doesn't mean you can't want to, right?
I guess, but that sounds more like a psychopath to me. I pretend to care.
I mean, I feel like that's like the very like dramatized psychopath. It's like manipulating everyone.
Oh shit. Trauma says I played 8 to 10 hours of World of Warcraft a day for 2 years. Let me tell you, that fucks your shit up good. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I used to play video games a lot. I used to be really into video games. I never got into the MMOs or anything, so I kind of never got into that stuff. I never really got into like message board culture, chat rooms, because I went through large stretches of my life where I just didn't have like free access to the internet. Now that I'm hurtling towards middle age, that's when I decide, like, oh, I'm going to learn about these things. I'm going to figure this shit out. Prophet says there's a place for these people digging on my yam farm, the yam farm of dead leader Prophet. They will have meaning. They will have purpose. They will have one chance to stay out of the wood chipper, the wood chipper party.
I feel your average psychopath's just like a guy that doesn't get, or a person that doesn't get their emotions very well, but maybe they want to.
I think I am empathetic. Like, I work as a nurse, right? So
Holy shit. Well, I hope so. If you're a fucking nurse, I hope so. What are you doing in here?
I can't help but feel empathetic.
Yeah, but most people don't get into nursing if they don't want to help people. So
exactly. So
Makes
I can't
sense.
possibly be a psychopath, right?
Right, that's what you'd have us believe.
No, you can. You totally can. You could be a psychopath and be a nurse. 1000%. What about like Nurse Ratchet? I mean, come on. Say this.
Yeah.
I'm on to you, nurse.
I guess the most unacceptable thing I've ever done was I had orchestrated a event in high school where there's this guy that was bothering me, and I knew that he had a record. He went to juvenile detention once or twice, and I decided that I didn't want him in my environment anymore, so I got him to fight me. I fought him, and I actually beat him in the fight. He left with 2 black eyes and a bloodied nose.
Doubt meme. Insert doubt meme. Trauma says, I get that this is a compilation, but it's all me. Yeah, it definitely is because it's a compilation. I don't know what would it be like to like free roam in one of these places. You know what, guys? Maybe in the future we spend a night. We do a nightcap or something where we go into one of these things. I don't know if you need Do you need like a real internet, like a VR setup, or is that just? I doubt it. I can't imagine all these people have like a Vive. So yeah. Hagbert says, and everyone clapped and gave me $20. CC said, today in stories that never happened. Trami says, Zubox undercover. Prophet says, YouTube turns dear leader to dead leader and ruins my super chat. Dear leader, Prophet is displeased. Plow 500 more acres. There will be a correction of this error.
I came off rather light, only had minor scrapes. At the end of the day, I didn't get hit with anything. I was able to go to school next day, no screens attached, because my record was clean at that. He was sent to prison for assault.
Is it bad to say I don't think I've ever felt guilty about anything?
Well, I would say it wouldn't surprise me as long as you are truly content. As long as you're able to find peace and happiness where you are right now, then no, there should.
Oh my God. CC says, you just need a Steam account. Well, I have one of those.
Shouldn't be any guilt.
And later, my parents, they came into the room, and I was still.
Tarami says, if you need a VR kit to get into these things, let me know, or a donation for that. I don't know, my computer, this computer I have, this potato I have, probably couldn't even handle it. CC says, but it's fun. I start convos by sniffing, laugh out loud, and laughing maniacally.
On the phone call with the hacker, I told my mom about what happened, and my mom, she tried to talk to the hacker. I don't really know what the hacker said to my mom, but they just said that I should be on there. Me and my parents had a talk, and I got grounded. So, oh no.
But it's been 2 weeks, and now I'm fucking back.
The hacker didn't contact me anymore. But yeah, that scared me. I was so nervous when he told me my address and stuff.
Probably the one time I threw my friend off a roof. No, it was a joke though. Like we were throwing each other off a roof of a pool, but I threw him off and then I missed the pool.
I beat up my friend because he called me a pussy.
What's that?
Because he was my friend.
Because I didn't mean for it to happen, but apparently I let a guy on.
I'm so guilty.
And that made me feel guilty because I didn't know that I was leading him on.
We shouldn't be VR walking like that, you know? Not cool.
Damn, you're a heartbreaker, huh?
No.
It's those heaving breasts and those childbearing hips. Let me tell you. I'm smitten myself.
I'm fucked, man.
Probably your mom. Okay, sorry. What was that?
Prophet says, you get that no fucking screens rule now? Well, it's everything in moderation, you know? Everything in moderation.
One time, oh god, I forgot everything that happened in my life. You asked me that pretty much.
I say N-word and Langman. I don't like to harm someone.
Hey man, I check my thoughts, man. People always say oh, it's just, you can think about whatever you want, but it just matters what you do. It's nah, man. If you want to do something bad, then you are that person. You know what I mean? It's your thoughts that matter, not what you say and do.
My parents are assholes, and they didn't really give two shits about me. So I never had any toys or anything as a kid, and all the stuff I've ever had is either somebody gave to me or I bought myself. So I wanted a Game Boy really bad. So I took this kid's Game Boy and I put it in my lunchbox. But yes, I felt bad about it, and I took the Game Boy out and I put it back. I did finally get a Game Boy at 20 years old.
You have the obvious stuff
What a great story. What a wonderful story.
When you were a kid and you would tell on somebody and then you feel bad because you just told on your friend or something, but you felt like it was the right decision to make or something like that. But as far as making me feel guilty, I haven't really done anything that I regret, so I don't have much guilt as far as something major, but things that everybody has, like I said, snitching on people.
What do you say?
That's not.
What the fuck? The Tarami says that guy condoning thought crime is the scariest one so far. Imagine him in a place of power. He's that's Baron Trump. Me, Sean, everything in moderation. Also, Sean owns 4 copies of Mission Impossible 3 in different formats and releases. Do I? I've owned it twice. I've only owned 3 twice, Dan. Let's not be crazy. Hagbert says, I love the avatars wearing coof masks. I know. They got to be slaves even inside the VR world. They just can't let it go. It's like a comfort blanket. Jeremobi says, I could have ended up like one of these cool cats. Then I found Zoobox and I'm fully reformed. See? Out there saving lives. Saving lives. You're welcome, Jeremobi.
Not the greatest thing to do.
My father was cheated on by wife, my mother. She had an affair with him, which led to my conception. My father's family genes sort of manifest themselves in a very obvious way. So it was quite obvious by the age of 1, I was not his child. Though, despite that, he continued to care for me, which I suppose is a testament to, how I'm supposed to act. It's like there's this, I guess, impulsion you're supposed to feel, and you just do it. For me, I don't.
This kid at school, I didn't know I didn't know that he couldn't afford shoes. So I said his shoes are so ashy and that he they're so bad. You know what I'm talking about?
There was this furry.
So he had just like a basic human interaction with a kid that he didn't really know, and he made fun of and felt bad. Travis says 8 copies of MI3 is the modern amount of copies to own. 9 would be too many. I've only owned it twice. Actually, yeah, I've only owned it twice. Because I bought it on 4K, dude. Come on. I got that 4K thing. Prof says, what's sadder? These VR people wearing masks or me not noticing it until it was mentioned? Good point, actually. That's a great point, because I didn't really acknowledge it either. It kind of just washed over me. Excellent point. Excellent points, both Hagbert and Prophet. We really are living in the darkest timeline.
Person that kept following me around. I guess they really wanted to be my friend. They were like, "Hey Jayle, like I think you're a really cool person. Like, can we please be friends?" And I was getting very weirded out by that guy because I thought he was kind of creepy. And personally, for me, like, I'm just not a big fan of furries, but he kept following me around, and it was like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess, furries implies that it breaks out into the real world. This guy's probably not dressed as a little anime girl when he goes out. Furries do dress like furries out in the real world. But it is kind of funny that there's just these lines. There's these lines. They're like, listen, man, I'm not like you, okay? I'm not like you. Yeah, I like to look like a 12-year-old anime girl, but that's different, bro. That's fucking different. Of course, yeah, sure. You can look at my butt, sure.
Let's go into this portal. I dropped a portal. It was like, okay, let's go. And then what I did was I ran backwards. He ran to the portal, and then I unfriended him. I never saw him again.
It's basically it is definitely really
ghosted, straight ghosted. The cruelty of men.
Personal. It's basically about me falling in love with this girl. She had a boyfriend, and they've been dating for 1.5 years, and basically I got close. Like I knew her for over a year, and I got close to her just like recently, a few months back, and we'd talk and stuff, and it was just like really basic, normal friendship stuff, and then things got more intense.
And then I said, hey, can you show me your pussy? Hagbert says, those furries are weirdos. I dress up in lolly. It's different. It's totally different, dude.
Serious, and like every time that happened, I kind of felt guilty because like I don't want to ruin someone's relationship, and I knew how serious she was about him as well. And yeah, like that was every day. I would wake up, I would be tense, stressed. I would think about this. Going to sleep, I would think about it. It would just the only time I wouldn't think about it is when I was with her. And yeah, it lasted for a couple months, and I finally gathered the courage to tell her that we should stop it. She also started getting feelings from me. We confessed and everything. That was a pretty weird time in my life. And yeah, I felt kind of sad, going to sleep and just thinking that she's going back to her boyfriend. But then on the other hand, I kind of felt sad for the guy as well, that he doesn't deserve this, That's just wrong. That's just him trusting her.
But alpha's got an alpha, Apex level, dude. Apex level.
And yeah, she ended up also telling him about it because I thought he deserved an explanation, and she thought.
Then he deleted his avatar, and we haven't seen him since. He could be this guy, though. It could be this Mega Man character.
So as well, but yeah, they're still in a relationship, and I'm glad that things didn't fall apart for them. I really am. I don't want to ruin anyone's. They're in fact they're not officially engaged, I guess, but basically proposed. So yeah, that was really personal. But after I did that, I felt really good. Like Like every day, I stopped feeling guilty. I felt like this sort of stress, this sort of pot just got off me, you know?
I cheated on my college final and didn't help my friend.
No,
I had the
Cloud.
answers and everything, but
No,
I didn't
that's the way of Sephiroth. What are you doing?
give it to him. He was kind of being a dick to me that week, so I just didn't share.
It was always when I was never able to do what I knew was right, but I never could. I never had the strength or the courage.
I said to my grandma that for me she died in that day and she started being offensive to me. I told her that she doesn't exist for me anymore.
Slapping my mom.
I attempted to poison them.
Oh.
But it's not really worked as it should work.
Yeah, they just got diarrhea. They just got really bad diarrhea. Probably for the best. Oh my god.
But I feel really guilty about it as I think about it now, because I think it was like 2 years ago, and I don't know, I apologized and stuff, but I think that I don't gain that much trust in the 2 years now.
Yeah, you try to poison somebody, you try to like poison their food, it's probably gonna take a little while, you know, before they trust you.
I personally never want to do it again, as I think about it as
And of course she's a Joy Division fan.
like, if it worked, if I really poisoned my parents like this, I didn't knew what to do in that situation. I really don't know. Actually, they both got sick from it, and they asked me if I put something in their drinks because they noticed I was getting like depressed and stuff.
And they know. Oh my god.
And they like can't talk to me, and I said I was honest. I said yes, I put something in your drinks. And they were like literally shocked about it. I mean, I can understand it. And yeah, they both
Yeah, it might be kind of shocking if my kid tried to poison me and admitted it. Tarami says she's just a fan of that shirt. She thinks Joy Division is a rapper. That's probably true. There was a trend, it was a couple years ago, where people would go up to teenagers that were wearing like 90s and before, obviously Joy Division from the 70s, like Nirvana t-shirts and stuff. Like, what's your 2 favorite Nirvana songs? And they're like, what? Who?
went to the hospital,
The
and
Beatles?
yeah, nothing that bad happened. I mean, they're still alive. It's good that they're alive, and yeah. Oh my god.
That's something that the basically not having just the radio being your only way to listen to music has really diluted people's understanding of music history. You know, because you'd get bored and you just go listen to the oldies station and shit. So you would, you know, people my age, I'm 35, like I have a kind of a large awareness of music from like, I would say like the 1950s forward. That's pretty well like rounded, for lack of a better way to put it.
No, the English word
They
for
don't.
that, because I'm German. Like, it's some chemical stuff that's actually liquid and stuff, and I put it in. That sounds so stupid. I put it in the coffee machine, and because they are so fucking coffee addicted.
So I thought I'd get them with their favorite drink. Drama says H&M has a line of 80s and 90s band t-shirts for kids born decades after most of these bands stopped. Oh yeah, 100%. And those are things that you buy your kids. You buy your kids because you're a hipster. Prophet says, bitch, stop lying. Stop these lies.
I don't know. But the thing is, like, before I tried it, I actually tried to kill myself like 5 times. I got into, I don't know what's in English, like the hospital for, yeah, genau, yeah, kind of like this.
Not being able to tell people
Well, at least she's in good spirits. You know what I mean?
how much I appreciate them because of how much they've done for me.
I mean, this game for 4,000 hours.
I mean, is there anything to feel guilty about, really, when you think about it, huh? Well, I play a lot of video games, you know, and I should be doing other stuff, and, you know, sometimes I feel...
It's like, I don't actually do anything. I don't really do anything, so there's nothing for me to feel guilty about. Trauma says 5 times. Clearly not really trying. I know these kids, they just have no ambition, no work ethic.
feel guilty, but sometimes, it is what it is, and then you play some more video games and you're pretty much having fun. So if you just have fun, you don't feel guilty, and
It's like one time I come on my keyboard and I had to buy a new keyboard. I feel pretty bad about that.
Telling my friends that her girlfriend was cheating on him, I guess, Yes, but she denies all of it.
He can't break character. He's like, no, this is the lasagna guy voice. Sorry.
I guess I used to lie to people to make myself look better to others.
Not spending enough time with my grandfather, and I've been trying to rectify that recently and spend more
I got him a Steam account and some goggles, and I said, come on, Grandpa, come hang out with me.
time with him, but that's something that plagued me for a while. Yes, I'm spending more time with him now because I want to be there for him in his, I guess, his final days.
Absolutely nothing. I have no regrets.
Damn, bro, your voice is really cool.
Thank you.
Left a girl for another girl, and I left her for a girl that was a piece of shit, and that other girl dumped me that I left her for, and I felt bad because I broke up with this girl for this other girl that wasn't as good as her.
When my friend,
She wasn't as good looking. Her avatar was weak. Trami says, lying to look better just sounds like being a human. Yeah, kind of. Especially if you're in these kind of environments. What's the incentive to like be yourself? Prophet says, honey, you can't kill shit. Just stop. Hagbert says, I got a virtual Ouija board and hang out with Grandpa all the time now.
a good friend of mine, really good friend, I really like him, have a girlfriend, and some shit happens that I slept with his girlfriend, so I think that's a thing. But we are
No, I want to know. No, did he sleep with his girlfriend in real life, or did he sleep with his girlfriend in whatever this is? That's an important distinction, because I think some of these people, I think they're talking about like inside the VR chat shit.
still friends.
There's a lot of nasty things that I've done to people, said to people, how I treated people, and that's what makes me feel guilty today.
He's like, but that was 2 years ago when I was 12. So
This in the video. Subscribe to Life Progress. He seems cool.
Trauma says the line is pretty blurry. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think some of those people are probably talking about IRL stuff, and some of them are definitely not. Okay, so we're gonna head back into the furry world, because I mean that VR chat stuff, I mean we could watch that shit for hours, but I feel like having watched 2 videos, it's gonna be a lot of what we saw. It's kind of like we got a vertical slice just by happenstance. I don't think it's gonna be much different than that. I don't know, maybe we get bored and go back. But now we're gonna go back to the furries, the furry community. This is Ash Coyote, who's I guess somewhat popular furry on YouTube, 80K subs. But they do this virtual avatar thing too. There's a Q&A that they hosted about life as a furry, I suppose. I guess we're going to find out. We'll find out together. Nightcap is about discovery. For better or worse.
Hey, welcome everyone, welcome. It is so wonderful to see you all today. It's great. It's so wonderful. I love seeing all y'all. Yeah, so today we're going to be...
Also, what is the deal with like young men wanting to be like female anthropomorphic animals? Seems like a thing.
kind of doing a live recording. Yeah, it's an experiment. Let's see, we do have one question here. So have you ever once ever got into a musical? Yes, I love musicals. I think they're awesome. They are so amazing. One of my earliest musicals would have been like Fiddler on the Roof.
The deep insights, they're so amazing. Trami says horrible discovery. Like discovering a lump in your junk, but discovery all the same. Well, you'd want to know. You'd want to know if you had a lump in your junk, and you might want to know that this is out there. Especially if you're a young parent like myself. I feel like I gotta understand the landscape a little bit better. I feel like sometimes that's what like Zoobox ends up being about. It's like kind of understanding the broader landscape and all of the kind of the weird subcultures and communities that are out there. So you're all learning with me, and I appreciate you being here. It's a lot of fun.
Not seen Avenue Q, but I need to. I need to. Oh, and of course, Cats. But not like the film iteration.
Of course, Cats the musical. I saw Cats the musical for the first time like 2 years ago. I think it was during like when the early COVID stuff and when you weren't sure if it was actually a big deal or not. And like my wife got me to watch Cats. And it is awful. It is awful. There's only that one. There's one good song in Cats. One good song. It's that fucking the one where the old beat up tabby cat is singing about the moonlight. Memories. That's what it is.
Of it, because that's kind of horrific. Yeah, I kind of hate it. Oh, so when did I start becoming a filmmaker and why? I think I started doing films when I was like 17 or 18. I was just like, hey, I really want to do stuff like I see in the movies, right? So like Star Wars and whatnot were huge influences for me. And so I just started picking up a camera and experimenting a little bit. And like, mind you, my early films were kind of, how do I put this? Rough. I'm like super happy with how they kind of evolved, of course. Like initially I wanted to do narratives, so I focused in on doing like feature film production and everything. And
this is really, we might have to check out a different video. Trami says Cats must have made so many furries over the years, especially with all those gyrating crotches. Yes, thank God that the movie version ended up being such a meme, such a joke. Keep kids away from thinking that shit's cool.
They got in.
They had to, like, the original cut of that movie, they have buttholes. And people were so put off by it that they had to go digitally paint out all the buttholes on the cats. Dark stuff.
A local grip company, which grip companies, they essentially provide all the, like equipment on set to set things up. And so I worked in G&E, which is grip and electric. So I learned the lighting side first, and then I jumped in camera department, and now I direct.
Well, good for her or him. Good for the fursona.
Oh, geez, the scariest moment at a con that I've ever had, it would have been the chlorine bombs over at MFF. So we had gone to MFF and we were having like a super awesome, I can't remember, I think it was Saturday night. We were all just hanging out and then like suddenly the fire alarm goes off and oh my God, we thought it was just like a drill at first and then it just...
The fire alarm went off and we happened to be yiffing. I was in my vinegar strokes. I didn't want to leave. Jeremy says, Judi Dench licking her hairball is Kino. Trami says, we watched the non-butthole version in my bad movie club. Worst movie we watched that year. Oh, it's not good. Because I ended up watching it around the same time I saw like the regular Cats. That DVD that they used to sell on TV in the 90s. Now you can bring home the magic of Cats. I think my wife has actually even seen it on Broadway. I think she saw it on Broadway. Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And then the intercom goes off and it's like evacuate the building. And we're like,
you're like, but I gotta come.
Why are we
I gotta come.
This is freaky. We all get out and like we didn't prepare for the cold. So we're just like, okay, well, they're probably just clearing the building for a second. Several hours of standing outside later in the freezing cold, we end up going over to one of our other friends' rooms.
Well, you guys should have suited up. Should have put those fursonas on. You'd be fine. You'd have been fine.
I was across the street at one of the other hotels and just kind of hunkering down for the evening. And I remember like at first everybody was like, oh, is like the hotel on fire or something? And then later on we found out it was like this chlorine bomb. That was the scary part, is realizing that, like something so chaotic can happen and you don't even realize it's happening at the time. You're just there. Have you ever lived in the countryside? Do you like the countryside? Well, yes. I grew up in the mountains. I grew up in a mountain town in Colorado that we moved to when I was in high school. And it was like a town of 3,000 people. So it wasn't huge. I liked it, but it was super isolating. It was like one of those places where you just really wish that you had friends that lived closer by.
This is awful. I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this person anymore. The most boring shit ever. All right, let's see what else they got on their channel here. This person made a full-length documentary. It's called The Fandom, a furry documentary. But I'm not going to watch it on YouTube. I think I might save that for a night where I'll do it on D Live, and I'll try to get somebody to watch it with me. Big Paul might be a choice pick for that one. I don't know what this person really does. They use this virtual avatar. Sonic 2 is actually a furry movie. Okay.
Hey,
Let's see what they got to say. Big Paul says, yo, god damn it, I missed like 2 hours of furries. Only an hour and 10 minutes. And I just said I'm saving the big enchilada for the next time you come on. There's a whole documentary about furries that this person made, about the history and the fandom, and we'll watch it on D Live one of these nights. Butters. All right, let's see here.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? It's your girl Ash Coyote. Guess what? Guess what we're doing today? We're checking out the trailer for Sonic
Here's your girl, Ash Coyote. I don't think you're a girl. I think you're a guy. I think you're a dude.
2. We're gonna just do a little bit of a reaction to it. I am really
So
excited.
flattered.
For this
You
film.
should
I'm
be.
excited
You
because
should
they
be.
have tails and they got knuckles, and it looks so good. We're also gonna look a little bit at furry designs in animated pieces, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good, fun experience.
This is the way they launder this shit, and they retcon everything. They retcon everything to be about like anything that has anthropomorphic animals. Like, well, that's a furry movie, dude. Oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a furry movie. And look at the artwork in the background. Look at this creepy shit. Look at that creepy shit. I think it was like Mr. Medicare years ago. He had one of his like internet insanity videos where he covered some people in the furry community that were real like sick fucks. They're out there like cutting animals up and like raping puppies. They got arrested too. Some real disturbed people.
By the way, I do a lot of my reactions and everything live now. You can go check those out on Twitch, twitch.com/ashcoyote. Just go follow me there and you can like bug me while
Smash that like button. Smash that like button for Ash Coyote.
I am while I'm
Follow,
recording.
give me a
You can just be
chit.
like, hey Ash, pay attention to me. Look at me. Hi. And then I'll just be like, okay, mute. Anyways, let's just get to the reaction, okay? Let's get to the reaction. I mean, like, let's be honest.
fucking
The original
charisma
Sonic
vacuum.
design from the old trailer was really bad. Really bad. Y'all remember this? This is how you don't make a furry design. You just don't. Like, you don't. Like, seriously. Like everything about this face is hellish. It's just too uncanny valley, right? This picture always comes to mind. The human teeth. Make it go away. Like, burn it. Like, just burn this. Like, just no. I'm just glad that they.
This is not how you do a furry design. Do you think maybe their goal was to not do a furry design? Do you think that wasn't really what they were thinking about? Trauma says that voice definitely sounds odd. Oh yeah, that's a dude pretending to be a female coyote.
They actually listen to the fans, because you know what? Fans are what makes films good.
Oh
This
my
new
God.
character design is something that I'm like super.
Fans are what make films. Incorrect. Most of the time, fans have no fucking idea what they would actually want out of something until after the fact. You have no integrity if you bend the knee to fans. No integrity.
About, and I super love.
Although this design is better.
And like it would kind of like turn the tide for me. I actually ended up going to go see the Sonic movie because they changed the design. Like,
I had to support the fans. Jeremy says, I wonder if there's a butthole version of Sonic 2. God, we can only hope. We can only hope they had enough chutzpah to put the butthole version of Sonic 2 out in theaters. Can't wait to take my son. Like, is that a portal, Dad? What is that? Is that a ring? No, son. That's Sonic's butthole.
it was that simple. Who would have thought, like changing the design to make it look like the character that it's based off of actually makes people want to see the movie That's a conspiracy theory. Must be because you heard it here. Here we go.
This is like just like all of these nerd channels that do this kind of shit, where they just like they pretend like they were outraged or they had a problem with some like minuscule, completely secondary factor of anything. They watch a trailer, a 10-second teaser, and they all lose their fucking minds. When these things are bad, or when these things happen, these kinds of movies, it's the best day of their life. They would have nothing to fucking talk about. So that guy was just like Geeks and Gamers. Is that what that channel is? That dude will just take something and then make like 7 videos about it. And they're all histrionic and fucking retarded. But a Spider-Man No Way Home was cool because it had emotions. The movie is full of emotions. Trami says, as I've said before, customers, be they movie fans, art patrons, or whatever else, have almost zero capacity to specify what they actually want. Exactly. I'm totally on board with you. And as just especially like for me, I'm a big movie fan, I'm a big movie nerd. I want to see somebody else's vision of something. Like I don't want to be pandered to. I really don't. I have no desire to be pandered to. I want somebody to show me their perspective on something, not my own, just regurgitated back to me. Like the satisfaction that people probably felt going to the theater, like this chuckle fuck here. They're like, oh man, yeah, I had to go give a ticket because now Sonic looks the way I wanted him to look. Like it doesn't make the movie better, first of all. It doesn't. But I digress.
Yeah. Trailer starts now. In the heart of Seattle, we have a dark night.
Quick stretch, little snack, and here we go.
Sonic, I love that you want to help make a difference.
Mind if I drive?
I don't remember this from the first movie, but I actually do feel like they're using more of the video game sounds just based on the trailer alone.
Oh my
like
God.
you can hear.
I don't know if I can sit. This is we're 2.5 minutes into this video. This is one of the most insufferable people I've ever watched on Nightcap, and we've watched some winners. Let me tell you.
You can hear it, and like this Sonic, it already looks better. Like this genuinely looks better than the first movie. Just saying.
This genuinely looks better than the first movie. You've been watching it for fucking 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
But you're being reckless.
Yeah, well, nobody was hurt. I mean, you just blew up the whole city street. Like, what? I didn't know you.
Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? Are you like stupid? Trami says, more video game is more better. You know what somebody's going to make? I want to see a Diablo movie. I want to see a live action Diablo movie. I feel like that could be a thing now. Maybe make it an HBO Max series. Somebody do something with Diablo. That would make me happy.
You could blow up a sewage system with just.
Oh, actually, I was going to say, or Berserk, the anime Berserk, but HBO is doing a Berserk show. And in the modern times, I don't know if that's going to be good or not. That might not be good, but I'll give it a shot.
It's like one stick of dynamite, but I guess you can. It's like that kid with the, like the French kid with the Orbeez. I don't know if y'all ever saw that, but like he like destroyed his entire city's plumbing with Orbeez.
Man, Blue Justice, trademark pending.
Ooh, Blue Justice.
Trust me, there will come a moment when your powers will be needed.
Look how much better it looks.
Okay, that was vibing a little Dr. Evil there. Not gonna lie. This is like the Dr. Evil like spaceship.
Trust me, there will come
It's
a
egg.
moment when your powers
It's
will be
egg.
needed.
It's Johnson ship.
Yeah, they probably did that on purpose, you fucking retard. Trami says, you have the League of Legends show Arcane. That's apparently very good, shockingly. I have heard good things about that. I've also heard good things about the Castlevania show.
That moment chooses you.
I just got goosebumps. Wait a second, did you steal that from Oprah?
Yeah, he totally stole it from Oprah. Yeah, it kind of is a mixture of the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. And that is the interesting part to me, by the way.
Oh, yeah, super interesting.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Hi. This is something.
It's like a person like this is what happens when adults get over invested in children's entertainment. They just suck the fucking life out of it. Because I'll probably see Sonic 2. My kid likes Sonic. He liked the first movie. I've seen it more times than I'd like to say. And we'll probably end up seeing this. But the fun of watching movies like this at this time and this juncture in my life is that you vicariously watch it like through your kids. Like you see how much fun they have. And you can kind of intellectually separate whether this is a good thing or a bad. But somebody like this, holy shit, they're looking to be served. Service. They cannot, like, the cognitive dissonance. They can't separate the notion that this is just not made for them and you should stop trying to get things out of it. That doesn't mean like kids' movies can't be clever or interesting for adults. I'm not saying that. But I find shit like this just so obnoxious.
Like legit, like I am like super happy about seeing, you know, like Jim Carrey's character actually look like Dr. Eggman. It's kind of a good thing, you know, like I didn't feel like he vibed with the character, you know, like Dr. Robotnik. Suddenly it like went from like, hey, we're trying to make
That's because Dr. Robotnik doesn't really have a character because it's from fucking Sonic.
this in the real world to, hey, we're actually acknowledging the source material and we're acknowledging it well. I still want them to go to Mobius though.
Since I've been gone, I've discovered the source of ultimate power.
It's the Quantum Gemerald. I wonder if we're gonna get to see Supersonic in this.
That sounds big. It's been on my vision board for years.
Oh, Paramount from Paramount, yes.
Hope I'm not too late.
Tails. We got Tails.
He's sitting there just pulling his pud, just like blah, blah, blah.
Yay! And it's not a terribly designed Tails. It still looks like it looks just like.
What did you think they were gonna do? What did this person think they were gonna do after the Sonic debacle? You psychos got your way. What did you think they were gonna do?
Like the source material? I don't know. I feel like I'm just saying that a lot.
The source
because
material.
It makes me really happy. This is what
the sacred source material of Sonic the Hedgehog. Thank God.
Playing all those years, and they sit down and they're like, oh yeah, I can recognize that this is Tails and it's not like creepy with human teeth and like a horrifying face and like disturbing nose and like a bunch of other stuff. It's actually like nice.
Not too late.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I mean, I'm just a fox with a biplane. I mean, maybe that's saying something about foxes. I don't know.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah, aren't you gonna call out that's from the video game, Ash? Trami says also Idris Elba. I like that guy, but can they stop putting him in every single thing? Sometimes multiple times. Yeah, I am actually a fan of Idris Elba. He's a good actor, but I thought he was an odd choice for the children's Sonic movie.
Hi, my name's Tails. I fly a plane. Great. You just showed up out of nowhere. We don't know each other, but...
Oh, see? Listen. Now I know. You're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. Because that's a video game reference, Ash Coyote. That's a video game reference. You're not a real fan of Sonic. You've just exposed yourself. And now, thank you for trying to find the logic in the Sonic 2 children's movie.
Boom, here we go. What fox doesn't have a biplane? I mean, are you saying that all foxes are bi? Is that what you're saying? Is this like...
Oh, look at that. They just can't help. Oh, I just got to turn this into some weird, creepy adult thing. Sure.
This is a PG stream, right? Like, this is totally legit, right? Like, I don't know.
Step 2, I have no idea.
Step 2, I don't know. Shoot missiles at it.
That wasn't too bad.
I mean, it wasn't too bad until he got hit with a missile. I mean, like that. Like... like Sonic just got yeeted off the plane by a missile. It's just like, aha, that's not too bad. Boom, there you go.
Today's forecast calls for a 100% chance
What the fuck are we watching?
What?
I'm sorry,
You're already
guys.
like cartoon video game.
I'm sorry. Trami says, Tails has always had a plane. His name is Tails, for Christ's sakes. That's what I was saying. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. At the end. Big plane bit. Jeremy says, I'm still going to check it out, but when 40-year-olds bawl their eyes out at Sonic 2 nostalgia bait, it makes me want to commit crime. I agree. Listen, I grew up playing Sonic. I definitely had some sort of like curiosity about the first movie. And the fact that the first movie is not like really a bad movie, it's like a good kids movie. It's a better than average children's film. And if you can understand that, you're fine.
Characters in a human world. You don't have to go over the top with like the crazy clothes, but it's so funny.
I'm like an old curmudgeon. I
Sonic
really am.
is doing his like amazing Sonic, I don't know, snowboarding. Did any of y'all actually like the snowboarding levels in Sonic? Like real talk.
Who the fuck cares? Don't you? All you care about is video game reference. They gave it to you. You're still gonna find a way to complain, Ash Coyote. You're a pox.
Like my least favorite levels. Seriously.
I'm going to get my power.
Oh.
Do I look like I need your power?
Damn. Oh my god. Love the voice. Love the voice. I know everybody's already.
OMG. Trami says, thing is, I'm pretty sure the new Star Wars movies would have been much better if adults hadn't cared about them and they had just been made for kids and teenagers. 1000% agree. I would say that for most of that kind of media. And stop trying to be subversive with something that's really not built for it. It's just not built for it. Star Wars, I want to have a nice long discussion with Mr. Prophet about Star Wars because he grew up with Star Wars, big Star Wars aficionado. And I want to talk to him about the modern incarnation of Star Wars, what they've done to Star Wars, because there's such a beautiful simplicity to it. It's like that, the hero's journey, the Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. And it kind of just follows that very closely. And it's awesome. And it holds up very well, but it holds up in a very basic way. It's just like fun and inspirational. Not so much these days.
They just been like 100% ooh, right. I mean, like, hey, these two, they're gonna end up making out at the end of the movie. It's okay, they're canonically together. I mean, like, it's totally right. Like, I don't know.
Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles.
Sup, Knuckles? Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm actually like super excited for this. Like, I think this is another film that I'm actually gonna go see. Lately, I've just been waiting for stuff to pop up on streaming, but like I was not expecting that voice at all, but it fits very well. I know, right?
Do I look like I need your power?
It works so well. I'm like all about this. I'm like super excited for this. And just to torment folks just a little bit, just because I can. We're gonna watch the preview of our favorite.
Is this still going on? There's still more of this.
Oh yes. Oh, the classic. Here we go. Ah, look at that. This sequence right here. Come on. You want it.
Jeremy says Idris Elba hasn't played a British guy in years. Blasphemy. Definitely not in the movies. He's still he did a Luther on the BBC.
Please no. Oh god. No. Stretchy face. This is just like, oh, fucking kill me.
It's a 45-year-old man.
No. I literally I saw that and I was just like, yo, this film sucks. like if you can't even get the character design right.
This is what happens when you don't fill your life with like people and events and a craft and something you care about. This is what happens. This is how you spend your time. And now here we are watching it. Who's worse?
Like, hell no. Like, please don't. Just don't. Like why would you design that? Like, how's this work as a Robotnik, right? I hate it. Yeah, that's an accurate reaction. Shoot it. Just shoot it. This is everybody's reaction to this trailer. They're just like,
Just so brave. Just so brave. I can't do anymore. That's it. That's all I can do for that person. That's some oh my god, that's some heinous stuff. Okay. Where are we at now? All right, so we'll go in, we'll pop in. We're gonna watch a furry convention. Now, let me know in the chat if the stream goes down. Please press F for respect. If the stream goes down, I think this video has licensed music, so we may get yeeted by a furry. Could happen. I mean, let's really look into the heart of darkness. So we've experienced these people in a VR settings. We've experienced them talking about their craft, talking about how they were going to kill their parents. But god damn it. CC has a suggestion. Google rainforest. Oh, I will. I'm going to. That'll be the next thing.
I can't believe we're here right now.
This is another popular furry person. 290,000 subs this person's got. 290,000 subs. And we'll check out the comments after we watch the video. Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing with ourselves?
Yeah, this is so weird. We're at like a con. This is so weird. We're at a con. Dude, I haven't seen you in a million years. I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, animals. Animals. Oh my god, we're really at a furry con. This is crazy. Oh my god, now you're vlogging and I'm vlogging. Oh my god, vlog splat. Oh, don't say that.
I don't really have much of a choice now, do I?
Nope, strapped in.
You literally cannot move now. Oh my god, it's like the fucking chastity cross that is strapped into it. Just remember to leave room for Jesus.
First con 2021 Nate Summer Conference. First con. Yeah. So are we sharing the con space with like another con? Is that what's happening? That's unfortunate for them. Business con happening at the same time, and they're gonna be like, why are there freaking animals everywhere? Whoa! Oh my god!
Oh, are you okay?
Tarami says Joseph Conrad knew nothing about the darkness in the heart of men. What a beta. He had no idea what was coming down. He's talking about, rivers like snakes and the madness of men. He had no idea. Jeremy says, do it for the vine. Sean, do it for the vine.
Yo.
I have been known to game.
I like your swords. I'm sorry we just attacked you with cameras. I'm sorry. Everything got focused. Let's get in.
It's so tiny. This is two.
We're not going to
We're not going to two. They go.
Wait, we all have to leave. Oh my god. We all just stood in the elevator. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're in fursuit at a furry convention. This is crazy. You want to make a TikTok?
Hi. I'm not into that. Again, like multiple times, I want the meme to end.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. He's like, listen, stop being so sexually aggressive with me. This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not how we do things at Denver. This is like the first time these people got back together after COVID, I think. This is like the first. The title of this video is Furry Conventions Are Back. Fox emoji. He doesn't like being licked, but he's like, hey, can I rub your stomach? Can I rub your stomach, please? I'm about to come.
Yes.
Oh my god. Look at that. Why are you so tall? I'm sorry. Oh, clap. Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Wait, come here,
Prophet says, I'm not at all happy with this episode. Bottom 5. Solid bottom 5. Well, One's man's trash is another man's treasure, you know? You got to look into this. You got to stare it right in the fucking face. Know that this is out here. It's everywhere.
What are you?
Even in the remote mountain towns with 3,000 people that live there, somebody still became a furry. It can get you wherever. You think you're safe up there, Prophet? You think you're safe up there?
Trying to do? Your nose. So we just went to dealers and I got some fun stuff. So I got this cute backpack from Gers. It is so cute and so durable and it's just really nice. I really like it. I got this bag. It's so cute. Look how freaking cute this bag is. I got the Gay for Legoshi. You know how it is. I got this. This is from Birthday Bunny. They drew this for me. Super nice of them. It's just like my con badge. Got the Denver lanyard. I got some funny art drawn for me. And the greatest thing I've ever purchased in my entire
The spoils of being a furry on YouTube. Look at my treasures. Look at the fealty.
life. The Doug Dimsdale Dimadaki. The hat is so long I had to fold it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's so long. Oh my god. Just to give you an idea for scale. It's so funny.
Can I get a hug?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Hilarious. Prophet says, you know how it is, quote unquote. No, I don't. Well, you do now, motherfucker. You do now.
How's your con?
It's amazing. This is my first con ever.
Yo, really?
Yes. So it's so amazing. Oh my god.
That's so cool.
Can I get a picture with you? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my god, you know what we gotta find? We gotta find the Emily Yukis video where she goes to a furry convention. That's what we gotta find. Trami says, what the fuck? You don't know how dark it gets out there, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good rest of your first con. What the heck?
There's beef between us. I don't forgive you for
Oh
what
yeah,
you did.
I don't like you.
I don't
You
forgive
suck.
you.
You
Okay,
suck.
listen.
You suck.
You tried canceling me on TikTok. I am not having it.
We're fighting. We're fighting. We got beef, bro. We got beef. We'll see you up. More thingy. Me too.
We could do that right now.
Okay, ready?
Let's do it.
Go.
So do you think, like, based on what we've seen of this person in particular, that they're here for wholesome ends? Do you think that they're here for wholesome ends, just to enjoy the community, just to come together with like-minded people? Are they looking to get fucking yiffed into 2022? Yeah, I'm sure that person's really saying, what the fuck, this is weird. Like, they don't see this kind of shit ad nauseum. Prof says, Yukis link in your Facebook. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that felt good actually. Like, I feel kind of good right now.
I feel like I'm kind of energized.
Yeah. What's up? Oh my god, what's up? What's up, Nova?
What's up?
John.
Hi! Oreos and salsa is so good!
Why do you like Oreos and salsa?
Because it's so good. It's delicious.
Oreos and salsa. Try it. Let me know if you like it, and I'll tell John.
Oh my god, Mark!
Yo, we just made a TikTok.
Yeah, we did.
Go check it out. What's your TikTok?
My TikTok is Stamped Coyote.
Yeah, you got it. Go check it out.
TikTok nowadays, TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok. Yo.
Oh, they squeak too. Jeremy says, living out DeviantArt fanfics is just too much work. It really is. Like, something like this costs like $5,000-$6,000. Like, this is not like a casual thing that you can do. Trami says, I mean, I have to give it to them. The costumes are kind of cool, expensive as you said. Exactly. And Prophet says, Yukis link in the Facebook. Thank you, Prophet. Working behind the scenes.
One angry ferret.
Oh my god, look at this. Like, this guy is cooming. He's fucking coming in his goddamn jeans. You've never felt joy like that. You've never felt joy like that, motherfucker. Never. Never in your wildest dreams. The birth of your first child, your wedding day, getting the big job, landing the huge account. Do you think they have masks underneath the masks? Do you think so? Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy. Master of ceremonies. He's living his best life. Just living his best life right there. Oh, BDSM shit. Come on now. He went up there and won best prize. Well, thank God. This is like, it's like Project Mayhem. It's like, what does Tyler Durden say? He's like, we take out your garbage. We serve you food. We watch you while you sleep. Jerry Moby says, dude looks and sounds like Ricky Berwick if he could walk. Good old Ricky.
It's a flash trial! That's awesome!
Oh, good. He got a new cum sock. You see his cum sock? Cece says, at Jeramobi, Ricky is on Cameo. Amazing. I can only imagine.
Yes! I'm so happy for you.
It's like, I'm going to bust a nut in this thing right after this. Hold on, guys. Give me 10. Give me 10.
I promise you'll know exactly what I mean.
There's a guy right here. See this right here? His mask only presence is because he can't afford the rest of the suit yet. Okay? Mom tried to tell him. She's like, things are tight right now. Things are tight right now, Terry. And he's just like, okay, Mom. Okay. I guess I'll hop back in the VR chat. Let me know when things aren't so tight.
Oh God, oh God. Fight me.
Fight me. I got sword.
Be the content man.
Yes. Yes. Go Kiwi. Yes. Oh my God. You're the best.
You're the best.
Hi. Bye. Beautiful suit. Thank you. Oh my God.
I own it sometimes.
Hi. We got Jack in the Box. Nova, Jack in the Box.
Is that a euphemism? Jack in the Box? Come on now. Jeremy responds to CC. Nice.
Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Oh my God, Jack in the Box.
This is just kind of sad. That's all that happened on Friday of note. Well, no, actually, they got together, they got their Jack in the Box, and they went upstairs and jacked each other's boxes. Oh, I'm sorry, yiffing. I don't want to be disrespectful. I mean, everybody's got to have a grind, right? Everybody's got to have their thing. These guys get to play the furry circuit and probably make good money. It reminds me, I went to I've been to like one convention, MagFest. went to MagFest with my brothers, and there's these people that are like video game music bands that basically just tour video game conventions and stuff. Some of them were pretty good. I actually got to see Nobuya Ubameshu, the guy who did all the scores for all the Final Fantasy games up to like Final Fantasy VII, I think. And they played like a rock concert of Final Fantasy music. And being, a person of that age, it was pretty cool to hear the Final Fantasy VII battle music live with people with fucking electric guitars and stuff. It was pretty fun. Oh, they're singing Pokemon songs. Oh, okay. Travis says, like, I don't judge anyone for going away for a weekend and getting freaky. I do that myself, but it's when it bleeds into being completely dominant lifestyle, it gets weird. I totally agree. Like, if this is just how you blow off steam, hey, I guess so. But it doesn't seem like it ever stops there, though. Seems like it's integrated much deeper into a lot of these people's lives, probably not all of them. Just like when metalheads have like real skulls and shit on their front door. Cece says, BRB, work meeting. Good luck. Good luck. How many singers they got? Jesus. A lot of ego up on that stage. A lot of ego up on that stage. I'm the singer. No, I'm the singer.
Whoa. This is quite the outfit.
Hello.
Of course, it's a dude. That dude likes to get dicked down, as they say. That's the technical term, I think.
I like your outfit.
Thanks. Of course, you run into me like this.
It's the best time to run into you. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my god.
It's a gag, I swear.
Sure.
I didn't do it. Hello.
Hi.
Is this out of focus, Con?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, it's in focus. Fix it. Fix it.
How do I make it out of focus?
It's not artistic enough.
What do I do?
Just add some vignette to it. It's fine.
Okay, I'll do that.
What's the other thing? Ken Burns?
Ken Burns. Yeah, I'll add some Ken Burns.
Do some Ken
that.
Maybe 4x3 crop.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of TV static. Just go full 1980s VHS.
You're right. Yeah. My god. Hi. Hi.
I don't know. Like, how do you find yourself here? At Slush Dog? How do you find yourself here? How do you find yourself this being like your extracurricular activity? I thought like maybe I was too into movies at one point, but I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good.
Cute.
Oh my god.
How are you so cute? It's not even fair.
It's because I'm.
Aren't you TikTok famous? You're in that one TikTok.
Oh my god, I am.
Yeah.
Wow. Such on Twitch.
I know this person must feel awful. Everybody's coming up to him, wanting to have selfies, wanting to have a moment in his little Den Fur documentary, and it's all just for clout. It's all just for clout. Nobody wants to yiff him. Nobody wants to yiff his box.
How did it turn out?
They look amazing.
Happy?
They're a little dark because I'm shooting like super low because I have dynamic range. I might go higher ISO.
Oh, picture with me? Absolutely.
You're gonna have to hold it because I'm not that tall.
I think I can handle that.
And who is this lady? Who the fuck is this lady? What is she doing there? She's got to be somebody's mom. One of these videos, I can't remember. I don't know if I threw it in the dossier. But there was one where it was like one of these people, maybe it's this guy, talking about being a furry with his mom. Might be that we might have to check.
That's
yes.
Yeah, I love it. Thank
yes, no problem.
You got it too?
Yeah, I got it. Have a good one.
Huh?
Yeah, I just Saber and Guilty and started.
Doesn't this person know that he doesn't like that? That's tantamount to sexual assault there. Strawberry, whatever your name is. Yiff with me. Yiff with me. Yiff with me. Yiff with me. Okay, we get it. You're dancing. You're having a good time. Oh man, I gotta get a crew together and some cameras. We gotta start venturing out.
Hi. Hello, I'm a person.
Oh my god.
I'm not an animal.
Like I want to go to one of these things and like in a semi good faith thing, like just explain to me the pathology of this. Like how do you end up as a furry? How do you end up this being part of your identity? I really want to know. I'm very curious. Very curious. Like a cat. That's how it starts.
You're an
I
animal.
am, but I am one sometimes.
You're an animal in my heart.
Oh.
Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy. Ozzy.
Are you Sharon?
Yeah, I'm Sharon.
Sharon, where's my drink?
Right there.
Go team!
When did you put it there?
How the fuck are you drinking that, buddy? You're all wrapped up. Trami says, as long as you go it mostly in good faith, I'm so on board. I would. I'm legitimately curious. Jeremy says, imagine the oozing, frothy sweat in those furry suits just after 15 minutes. Holy shit, I know. I mean, we've all watched enough behind the scenes documentaries about movies and stuff, especially if you're a genre fan or even if you like something like Lord of the Rings or whatever. And when you see when they take off that shit and they like pour out the feet and it's just sweat just pouring out of them, like that's a hell of a dry cleaning bill.
I wasn't there 5 minutes ago.
Just now. Ozzy. Whoa.
On your knees. Come on, get that. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do.
Do it. Get on your knees, Kiwi.
Like Jeremy's comment makes me think of Ted Raimi as the basement hag in Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2. If you watch the behind the scenes and when he takes off like the outfit, there's just sweat. It's just filled with sweat. He literally could just pour it out, just sloshing around in there. Dear God.
Don't twist my arm about it.
Kiwi Fox, ruler of furry, suck in the dick.
Yep. There it is. There it is. Suck on my dick.
Kiwi, take your drink.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, no! No, Kyle, no! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so there's our answer. Hold on. So I asked earlier if they wore masks underneath their masks. This guy does. This guy does.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
No!
He's like, that cost my mom her mortgage. Don't do it.
Bye.
This fox is a maniac. Put him down. Put him down.
Thank you.
Long live the king!
Dude, there are people watching this just like going back in time, just remembering, just having the best feelings. This guy especially. This guy's like, shit, I was there. I was there. I had a drink in hand. I saw it all. Prof says, imagine being the black security guard working this thing. Fucking white people. Fucking crackers. Jeremy says, I could not for the life of me wear those pearl white contacts for as long as Sam Raimi insisted. Oh, I know. That was a rough shoot, man. Rough shoot. But hey, film is forever, as I believe he said multiple times.
We're going to McDonald's. Yeah.
McDonald's.
Dad said we could go to McDonald's.
Oh, that would be quite the day working at McDonald's. Be quite the day.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
We have all the
At least he said thank you.
here. I'm gonna get 200 chicken nuggets and a cheeseburger.
Okay.
I also need your credit card. Can I just get one large water? Water.
I also need your credit card. Hey, did your parents let you have borrow the credit card? Mind if I get 200 chicken nuggets on that sucker? Thank you. Trami says it'd be interesting to go like full suited furry and see how much dickery you could get away with under the guise of being crazy. I don't know. It's interesting. It'd be tough because like conventions, I know video game conventions especially are woke as fuck. Is woke as fuck. I think like the video game, like that MagFest I went to in Maryland was like one of the last times you could go and be silly and have fun. Actually, on my old YouTube channel, I think I have it in the description of the alternate channel. It's because my brother and I used to do video game reviews and stuff back like 10, 12 years ago now. And I made a little documentary about going to MagFest. And you could have some fun. Like I walked around with a Batman cape in my underwear one night in the arcade. But yeah.
Strawberry watermelon fluffy.
You have to come try the Oreos and salsa.
John,
Come try it.
John, what the heck? What the heck? Why are you doing this?
The fuck? Just drunk furries trying to get some food.
People hate it.
There we go. It's really good. Have you tried it yet?
Okay, so they're doing the Oreo and salsa deal. Now, this is some deep internet lore. I don't know if you guys know this. But there's a gaming website called Giant Bomb. And Dan Reichert is the inventor of this move, the Oreo with the salsa or Oreo with queso. From way back, like 2014, 2015.
No.
Try it right now. This is not okay. This is fucked up. Kiwi, come here.
I kind of get it. Did you try it?
No.
Try the Oreos and salsa. Try it. I did it.
Like this is so like virginal and innocent, but at the same time, totally degenerate. This is like what you would do if you're like 16 and you're staying at your friend's house and your parents bought you guys a bunch of snacks. It's like 2:30 in the morning. You're all amped up on Mountain Dew. Trami says, what's the point of Oreos and salsa? Disgusting. Yeah, it's like a challenge.
This is for you.
You ready, Kiwi?
I am not ready for this. This is going to be terrible. Nothing about this is appetizing. This is for science. Oh, this is disgusting.
Oh, you got a big scoop.
I like how he's not only going as a furry, but he's also cosplaying as Shinobi the Ninja.
You got a big scoop.
Ninja Gaiden.
I believe in you. It's not bad. John the backpack.
Jeremobi says avocados are supposedly not good for dogs, so hopefully there isn't an Oreo guac challenge. We don't want any spastic bladders in the convention hall. Imagine this guy just spraying shit all over the wall with his fucking fursona head on, just ass up in the air, just spraying shit all over this wall. This guy gets a little taste. He loves it though. He likes it. This motherfucker right here, he adores it. Some real hilarious stuff.
Are you good, Kiwi?
Oreos, first of all, should never be spicy. And also, those flavors don't mix. There's oil and water. It's just like I kept getting salsa.
Trami says it'd be like a scene out of Christmas Vacation 2. Yeah, that's definitely what they would do. Yeah. That's definitely I could see him, the cousin Eddie out there carrying a furry while it's farting, and then it just shits all over the wall, and he's confused, and he just ends up spraying everyone.
That's exactly what I said.
Thanks, John. Thanks for the experience.
You're welcome. No bucks, no return.
Nova, do you want Orange salsa?
Look at that coward running away. Tarami says, "Fuck that movie." Yeah, it's awful. I watched it and reviewed it for Christmas this year. I'd never seen it before. It's bad. It's very bad. Gotta get to the bathroom. About to shit myself. Just like some of the fun games that they play. I'm glad we get to witness it.
No! No, don't do it. I won't do it.
And look, they're just terrorizing the city. They're just terrorizing Denver. Riding around in a truck. Just cat calling people, or maybe dog or wolf calling people. Imagine just walking down the street. Imagine being like an elderly person just walking down the street, like, oh, going out with my wife, getting a nice dinner. Let's stop at the ATM. On these fucking people. Wahoo! The funniest thing to me is like how they think they are the coolest people on the planet Earth. They think that they have arrived. This is their moment. This is their joy. How could anybody see them as anything but badass? The most badass. Trauma says, yeah, it's really weird how it's like games that 5-year-olds play. Like giggling for minutes at a towel. That's true. That's a succinctly put that observation for sure.
What do you want?
Oh my goodness. Well, all right. Well, maybe we might hop back into that channel. That guy seems like he's got some real weird shit on there. But before we do that, here is Emily Yukis. I'm gonna just put it out there. Very weird, spicy internet character, has only got weirder as the years have gone on. I'm not I'm not down with Emily Yukis, but she has made me laugh in the past. Prophet says, wait a second, did you just say Christmas Vacation is a bad movie? What? This is fucking Prophet Family All-Timer. That's on the list for next year, buddy. You're going to get served. No, not Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation 2. It was like Cousin Eddie's Hawaiian Vacation. Not good. Not a good movie. So Prophet sent me a link, but I did actually find one on YouTube. So we're going to use the YouTube one. Because she has been completely deplatformed. She's a pistachio girl, if you don't know. Or she used to be. And she used to be a degenerate artist. She actually made some waves with Trauma. If you are familiar with Trauma, you know, the Toxic Avenger and whatnot. She actually won like an animation award from Trauma, like back in 2015 or something like that. So, but she went to a furry convention. She's most famous for Alfred Alfer, which was like a flash animation of a dog and all the fucked up things the dog would do. Trami says, I made a crunch enhancer related joke the other day. Actually. All right, let's see what old Yukis was up to back in the day.
You ready? Waiting for tonight. Oh, I know that this moment will last. Waiting for tonight. Oh, I know that this moment to last. Waiting for tonight. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So Alfred Alfer is her creation. That's who she goes to the furry convention dressed as. And this would have been this was 6-7 years ago. So they weren't as prolific as maybe they are now. The the furries. She got in on it early. I have to skip ahead because she's using licensed music. Yeah.
This is me, Emily Yukis. We're gonna go find some furs. Hey, how's their fur fest been going?
Awesome. Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you guys together?
No, buddies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys got drunk yet?
No.
No, you don't drink.
A little, but a little.
Okay. I'm here
Feel like Christ, Emily. It's fucking 11:30.
with.
Lori Guest.
And are you a mom?
Do I look like a mom? I must.
It looks like you're just sitting here like waiting to die. Waiting for the
No, it's good. I'm so entertained.
Yay!
I love watching everybody go by, doing what they want to do.
What kind of animal is your child?
I believe she is some kind of angel thing.
That's it? That's all you know?
Yeah, that's.
Well, it sounds like a good Christian animal to me. Oh, probably not.
Beginning of the spicy time for Emily Yukis. Are you guys together? No, but only at conventions. That's her dressed as Alfred Alfer, her cartoon character. And of course, she's got to use fucking licensed music, so we're going to have to probably skip around a little bit. Okay, she's doing her own version. That might save us. Trami says, "Furry mom, I'm sorry, so sorry society made your child that way." Well, she enables it. I guess that's the thing. You'll find like a lot of parents in the same way that you find like kind of desperate parents with 12-year-olds who think they're trans and stuff. They just don't know what to do. They're so lost. They just kind of go with whatever they think somebody will tell them. They'll go see a therapist, a psychologist, and they'll tell them, "Oh, their kid is trans. Better get them on hormones quick. I want that puberty to set in." It's kind of like the same mentality. Maybe not as extreme, because that's you can't take that back. But dear God. Jeremy Hobie says, "Freeze framing on a shot like that. This is why America is fucked."
Thank you, Mr. Yams. Don't just take a picture. Pet me. Where? Alfred? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you know who I am? Oh, shit. You know who I am, dude. What's up? There we got. We recorded it. A fucking fan moment.
I saw you from over there and I was like, "Is that Alfred?"
Dude, it's very nice to meet you. Do you familiar with my cartoons, right?
And you're actually the person that
I am. Yep, I'm Emily.
Oh, can I introduce you to my friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got this shit on tape.
She is so stoked that somebody even knows who the fuck she is. I can't imagine. I would probably respond the exact same way. Like, yeah, dude. Somebody came up to me like in the IRL and was like, "Yo, are you Sean from Zoobox?" I'd probably be like, "Yeah, dude. Let me meet your mom."
I got DVDs. All right. Get ready. Be ready.
Matt, how'd you like it?
Oh, it's been good. What? Alfred? You know Alfred? Of course. Yo, it's me, guys. It's me, Alfred, yo. What's up? You Emily? Yeah, that's me, Emily Yukis. It's me. Yes. Oh my God! Yay! Oh, here's it. I've drawn porn of Alfred. Have you now? Have you? I don't have it on me, but I've drawn it secretly to myself.
Oh, what a perfectly well-adjusted person. Obscure Flash animation artist gets to meet somebody in the wild that says, I've made Alfred porn. This is where it starts. This is where it begins. It's always been about this for these people. Always.
Dude, you gotta send it to me.
I will. I'll send it.
She does fucking Alfred porn. We found an Alfred porn girl right here.
I did too.
Really? You do Alfred porn too? We got the Alfred porn funny guy.
It's like, well, if you consider just like masturbating, if you consider me masturbating while I watch Alfred as porn, then sure, I've made lots. Prophet says, congrats on losing and then regaining follower 630. Spiritual Ninja Guinea. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Guys, this is nuts. This is nuts. Do you know who Alfred is? Oh my God! What's up? Yo!
I think I drew him like 5 or so years ago in my high school sketchbook.
And what's your name?
I'm Cam.
What's up, man? What's up? What's your name? I forget.
Matt.
What's up? I got DVDs. I've sold over a couple hundred.
The DVD. Oh man.
We got they're the same thing. Do you know who Alfred?
And then she just stops them. She's like, that'll be $25, please.
Alfred is. Suck my shit off my dick.
Sorry, not ringing a bell.
You're around there too.
Really?
What a nerd. What a fucking nerd. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Emily Yukas will be an episode of Nightcap in the future. It'll probably be a D-Live episode, but she will be. I've been thinking about doing an Emily Yukas episode for a while now. I just got to put it together.
Wow, dude, that makes me so. Oh my God, you want this?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God, bro. Let me give you a hug. Oh my... Hey, will you do something for me for my video for YouTube? Okay, just bend down on the ground.
He's ready. He's ready. He's willing. He's going to take it all. He's going to take all 2 inches of that thing.
This is exactly what I'd expect.
She's just living up to the dream. The music. I'm sorry. I got to skip ahead because of the music.
Oh, I came. Whew.
Oh my God.
I'm done. I came. I got $20, bitch. You know Eric Andre? That's my favorite. Ranching it up, bro. Breaking it down.
Like, guys, this guy, look at his face right here. Look at this guy's face. He's storing this all for later. Primo spank bank material. He's like, oh yeah, look at him go. Look at him go. Trami says the Zoobox subscriber graph is a Chris Code roller coaster. Oh yeah, it definitely is. We gain a couple, we lose a couple. We gain a couple, we lose a couple. Jeremy says Mozart was close to becoming a sweaty dog. Almost. Good thing he died.
Ranching it up,
Legacy
baby.
intact.
Ranching it up.
I didn't want that open to make a mess. So yeah, it's gone
What you have to understand while you're watching this is that she's drunk and probably high out of her mind and just fucking with people. Prophet says, I'm a huge fan of Emily Yukas, would love to contribute to the dossier. Of course. You can even ride shotgun if you really want to. It'll be D-Live. Definitely has to be D-Live. And as per tradition, D-Live episodes do not always make it to YouTube. Sometimes they can't. Copyright hell. Or sometimes things are just too much. Too much. We go where we go. No matter what.
I almost sat on you, by the way.
You have a beautiful singing voice.
Wow. Voice of an angel.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Frank
Jesus
Sinatra.
Christ, I don't know jingle bells.
I wasn't doing my way.
I got ranch! I got one ranch!
This guy got ranched. He got ranched. Darth Hideous asks, what in the furry fuck shit is this? This is just an innocent furry convention.
You ever see 101? All right, what's up, Brooklyn? I'm here with Alfred fucking Alfred, bitch. Like, can you believe it? Now, this guy just surprised me with this. I was hanging out with him all weekend at the Midwest Fur Fest. Suddenly, he just says, oh, I have an Alfred Kigurumi. Like, just out of nowhere on fucking Sunday night. So...
Jeremy Moby says, fuck it, I'm writing a horror movie based on this retarded behavior. I think you could do, I think this is an untapped resource right here. The furry community. You could get an A24 situation going about the furry community and make it a slow burn horror movie about somebody losing their mind.
Let's interview the man with the first ever Alfred Kigurumi. What's up, man?
Man, pretty good. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Say whatever you want.
Do whatever I want. Fuck it. I made this out of inspiration from Evelyn Yukas here, watching Alfred's Playhouse all those years ago. True work of art. Led me through my life. Led me through a lot of dark times. Led me through a lot of good times.
Why did you go with this kind of material here?
It was free.
Who made this for you?
Might have been a lady in a sweatshop.
You don't. What?
It was a favor. My mother works in the wholesale fashion industry. She has a hookup with a lot of people. This was a true work of love.
Wow, dude. So what he's saying is his mom fucking used her group of indentured servants to make a fucking Alfred suit. I saw your mom on Facebook. She's a good-looking lady.
Oh, yes, she is.
She's a very nice lady. We love moms here. Want to say something?
Scary. I've been haunted by a dog. How you know you're on a furry? That's gay. Who is it?
And they're too like awkward and weird. Like, yo, dude, don't fucking hump my leg. Yo, get off of me, please.
Yo, dog. Oh my god.
They hate me. They hate me. Ha ha ha.
She was just trying to get in some good dry humps. I mean, this is what they're all about. Emily Yukas, a pioneer. A pioneer for the furries. Yiffing before yiffing was a yiff. The glory was lost. Well, that is definitely a way to self-promote. You think you try, you think you know what's going on, you think you care about what you do. Not as much as Emily Yukas, I can tell you that much right now. Okay, what do we got here? So let's check out the Internet Historian from about 4 years ago. Hopefully we don't get fucked up for showing this. So the Internet Historian did the failure of Rainfurfest. We'll have somebody walk us through it. Prophet says, I wonder how these people responded to the last episode of Alfred when he turns into Adolf Hitler and marches with Sam Hyde. Probably not very well. I'm gonna assume she lost some fans. Although that came out like way after her her public fall, I suppose. A labor of love, you might say, for Emily Eucas. So the failure of Rainforfest. This is like CC mentioned this, so I figured I'd look it up and we could do that. Jerry Moby says the horror film follows an Emily type who is slowly turning into a real dog. Unlike The Fly or Black Swan, she likes this transformation. Hagbert said, who knew the Iranians were right the entire time? All right, let's see here.
Where are we?
We're rainforest.
Where are we?
We're rainforest.
Yep.
In September 2015, a group of furries came together with a brilliant idea.
As they are wont to do. You think furries just run around, run amok, not knowing what they're up to, not knowing what they're doing, who they're seeing, where they've been?
Rainforest, a convention for and by furries. This
That was a dragon.
is their story.
I'm just bringing in all the dirty laundry here, so you guys are lucky, and I'm probably going to ask you to not post that video, mister.
Rainforest is the reverse of DashCon. Where DashCon was a disaster caused by its organizers, Rainforest was a disaster caused by its attendees.
I am absolutely sure there is no truth to the rumor that Rainforest is under an evil curse. And with that, it is my pleasure to officially declare Rainforest 2015 open.
It all started with a talent contest. That went okay.
Oh, yeah. You gotta love that, right? It's the same. Evanescence? Shit. Hot stuff in 2015.
But as the night went on, some started to get absolutely trashed.
Look how happy they look. The joy.
A few hours later, the destruction had begun. Somebody had deliberately loosened the bolt on one of these toilets, so that when the next person flushed, water flooded everywhere, 2.5 inches deep. An emergency plumber was quickly on the scene, but the damage was already done. Water had leaked through the floor and onto the basement servers below. Meanwhile,
That's pretty crazy. I mean, although not, it's like typical, I suppose. Typical degenerate con behavior. Trami says, got to get some emo girl in. Got to do it. It's not a con without a little bit of emotions.
Staff and security are threatening to throw out some of the guests. They had disabled the fire alarm so they could hotbox their room.
Oh my.
Obviously, there are reasons not to do that. Down at the hot tub, someone took all of these towels and threw them into the spa, but not before rolling up towels and stuffing them directly into the pump, causing thousands of dollars in damage.
It just seems like a bunch of assholes. So is the lesson here that wayward furries are just pricks? Oh, there you go.
And they stepped it up a notch from DashCon, from going number 1 in the ball pit to going number 2 in the swimming pool. Back at the bathroom, there were rumors that someone had drilled a glory hole into one of the stalls, although this wasn't confirmed. But what was confirmed was a haul of over 2,000 nitrous oxide canisters, just laying around in rooms and hallways.
Holy shit, 2,000 nitrous oxide canisters? Man, these furries came to get down.
That was just the start of the drug problem. First, a couple of guys overindulge in mushrooms and need an ambulance. Then a staff member gets arrested for sexual assault. Then someone else is arrested for...
A staff member? Oh, okay. Never mind. A staff member of the con. I was thinking of like the hotel.
regular assault. A few others drank too much and needed a second ambulance. And on the other side of the car park, 2 more people are being arrested, one for drug possession and the other for dealing.
Drugs was the major problem.
Meanwhile, you have these guys roaming the halls. They call it crinkling, after the noise it makes when they walk around. And yes, some of these diapers are full.
Crinkling. Oh my god, I guess if I ever go to one of these furry cons with a camera, I'm going to be a crinkler. I'm just going to be full-on crinkler. Prof says that Evanescence song was like 2002, dog. I'm pretty sure that was on the Ben Affleck Daredevil original soundtrack. No, it was. But it still rears its ugly head. Even in 2015, people were connecting, vibing, feeling. Music is forever, Prophet.
The other guests weren't too pleased. Later on, they're just throwing food and diapers in the gardens and stairwells. They were behaving like animals.
One thing that's important is we do ask that you guys all be really good back to the hotel. You know the elevator buttons? You really don't have to use your foot. Just
Yeah, stop shitting in the hallways, please. Could you guys stop shitting in the hallways and the pools? Can you guys stop yiffing in the lobby, please? Just, be cool.
A few hours later.
Put your pants on and stop breaking shit!
But that wasn't the end of it.
There was an incident with diapers being found on people's cars.
The Crinklers attack once again.
The hotel was left in ruins.
4 to 6 weeks later.
The Hilton submitted a letter listing all of the reasons Rainforest would not be allowed at their venue from now on.
Degeneracy, see above.
The hotel damage was more than all of the other cons combined that year. But it wasn't just the damages. Rainforest was insured and had over 150 grand in the bank to pay for it all. Rainforest was just so toxic that they said, "No thank you, take your money elsewhere." But that left them with a rather large problem, because big hotel chains talk. Hilton talks to Sheraton, talks to Marriott, talks to Holiday Inn, talks to Hyatt,
it's a
talks
network.
to Best Western, but there's more. Someone was sending detailed letters to nearby venues, warning them why they shouldn't host the next Rainforest. Soon, there isn't one hotel in Seattle that has a convention center willing to host them.
No other hotel this side of the state wanted to take us from Seattle to Bellingham.
What's interesting is that the organizers knew who was sending the letters.
These are the things that were talked about in that letter, and you're pretty much the only person who could have known that. In my heart of hearts, I know who it is. It means motive and opportunity around, and it pisses me off.
In case you missed that, what he's saying is whoever sent the letters was the same person who was putting diapers on these cars.
The Crinklers. Maybe they're going to save the day. Shitting in diapers, leaving them on cars, warding off further furry conventions. Hagbert says, suddenly Diane seems pretty okay. Yeah, this is one of those moments where you're like, Diane was right. Diane's right.
Running low on options, they started to look further outside of the city. They managed to find a venue in Spokane that was willing to give them a shot. But by February, none of that mattered. The diaper-wearing saboteur had sent out another letter, and Spokane backed out. So Rainforest 2016 was cancelled.
Oh no!
And that's the story of Rainforest.
Oh, that's pretty
So
anticlimactic.
Unlike DashCon, Rainforest is coming back, and Rainforest 2017 promises to be bigger and better than ever.
RF 2017, they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. Yes. Oh, so many memories.
Oh my god, Kipper is so excited, like a psychopath running around this parking lot.
So many memories.
Oh, Kipper. Oh, Kipper.
Oops, never mind. As I was editing this, this happened. So it's cancelled forever. Bye. One last thing.
Oh, one last thing. Okay.
A couple months ago, I made a video called Balloon Boy, The Untold Story. Soon after, Richard Heaney got in touch.
Here it is. All right.
For a follow-up to this story, check out my second channel, Incognito Mode.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, internet historian, for elucidating us on that brief little sojourn into that. Okay. So, relative to the VR stuff we were watching earlier, Prophet sent me a video. It says, "Ari, my late stage capitalism comment." So we're gonna see what wickedness this way comes. It says hyper reality. Hopefully he's not gonna get me in trouble. Here we go. So this is what you have to look forward to in the future. Like when everything's just a husk, just a burning husk. There's nothing left. Industry on its last leg. Community, civility gone. You don't want to have to actually see that stuff.
Fantastic. Great. Nice.
Look at this person dutifully grinding for crypto.
Great.
Más tarde, apúrate si quieres una buena calificación.
Voy lo más rápido que puedo.
¿Has pensado en correr? Es saludable y eficiente.
Seguro que no hay más trabajos disponibles. Yo estudié para ser profesora y estoy haciendo mercados.
Y además puedes quedarte con los puntos de fidelización. Eres una monje afortunada. Tienes que confiar en la aplicación. ¿Te sientes inspirada? Gracias.
Trami says, "I'm ahead of the curve. I'm dead inside already. Nightcap is the only way to feel." Nightshade and dark in full effect.
Yes. Chao.
¿Quién soy yo? No, eso no es lo que quiero decir. ¿Para dónde voy?
Go to work.
Puedo volver a empezar.
Uh-oh. Now, loyalty points are not easy to come by. This is a big decision. A big decision.
Olvídalo.
Estoy presente ahora. Me amo. Estoy libre de mi ira. Estoy libre de mi tristeza. El amor es mi
Adiós.
Shit like this, the most depressing thing about this, probably inevitable reality, is how much of a headache I'm going to get just from walking down the street. It could be yours now. What are you talking about?
Bueno. Hola otra vez.
This is what happens when you have to buy like the cheap Google Glass. Like this is what happens when you have to get like the cheap brain insert from old Elon Musk. So you're gonna have to watch ads. It's like when you buy the cheaper Fire Kindle. This is what you're gonna have to deal with.
Ay, no, cállate.
What is this for? Who made this? Who made this? Kilichi Matsuda? He's a sick fuck. Jeremy says, this is classic plugged in Mr. Anderson land. Exactly. Crusade Electronics says free to play version.
¿Qué está pasando?
Sorry, we've disconnected your account. Not enough loyalty points. You can't shop here.
Buen día, Emilio. ¿Qué puedo hacer por usted?
¿Qué está pasando? Mis puntos están bien.
No se preocupe, sus puntos están seguros conmigo. ¿Le puedo ayudar en algo más, Emilio?
Yo no soy Emilio, yo soy Juliana Restrepo.
Por favor, espere.
Don't say that. You're about to lose all your fucking loyalty points. Maybe this guy's got buku points.
Hola, Juliana Restrepo. Me alegra verte. ¿Qué puedo hacer por ti?
Mis puntos están bien. ¿Qué está pasando?
Tranquila, todo está bien. Parece que alguien está intentando vulnerar su cuenta. Por favor, espere mientras reinicio su dispositivo.
Uh-oh. Oh, and there it is. Reality. Rears its ugly head. Hagbard says, it's from the future. John Titor sent the idea in. Jeremy says, crypto will turn into loyalty points, and then we will all be deleted from the algorithm. Honestly, it's kind of like, it's probably what it will be, right? This digital currency, and then you're gonna have to like divine like who can have access to it, who can earn it, how you earn it. Since it's all digital, very easy to turn that button, turn that switch. Not you, my friend. Sorry. She's like, reboot.
Hola, Juliana. Me alegra verte. Hoy te ves hermosa. ¿Estás estrenando zapatos?
Ya lo arreglaron. Tengo que seguir trabajando.
Estoy trabajando en eso, pero necesito verificar tu información biométrica. Por favor, sigue la línea azul hasta el centro de servicio más cercano para confirmar tu identidad.
Sí, pero mis puntos están bien.
Todo está bien. Chao.
Uh-oh. I'm just trying to buy some fucking Pop-Tarts. See, all these things that are meant to make your life more convenient, to help you, is actually there to just control you. That's all it's there for. It's not actually to make your life more convenient or better or whatever. It's about making you dependent on something that could be very easily taken away from you. Because once real life becomes unreal, what's the incentive for it not to happen? Uh-oh.
¿Qué? ¿Qué está pasando? No. Mis puntos. ¿Qué hago? ¿Qué hago? ¿Qué es esto?
This is a very disturbing short film. Chaps Lauren. Chaps Ralph Lauren. It's happening now. Oh, you're getting crazy. Those are the credits. Just to give the credit to the channel again. Keiichi Masuda. Never heard of this channel. You know what? We'll give it the old subscribe. Give the old sub. Very old school. Okay. So we are going to end the stream pretty soon. I'm just gonna go over some things that were missed from Monday night's D live stream. There's some new videos, some new revelations in the world of Diane. We're gonna catch up with Diane a little bit, and then we'll bid you adieu. Diane has gotten into mukbanging. She's trying that Beyond Fried Chicken. I'm sure you're all curious. What could that taste like?
These are about $1 a piece.
That dog just snatched that fucking nugget from her. So the thing to notice about Diane, if you're not familiar with Diane, Diane is an anti-natalist, and she thinks that procreation and the furthering of human existence is like a great evil. But one of the things, you don't often get to see her in her home. She doesn't do too many videos in her home. Usually the videos are her out in her car or out in the street harassing people with a blowhorn about why they shouldn't have children. But every once in a while, you get a little preview into her house. And what I've noticed over the past few videos that I've seen in her house is that everything she does at home is in bed. Everything's in bed. There's usually dogs in the bed with her. So she goes out and gets like something like Beyond Fried Chicken, gets her food, her takeout. She's very into food. She's a foodie, you could say. And then she comes home, hops right in that bed. She's a very depressed woman.
These are very, very good. Probably the best thing that Kentucky Fried Chicken has. Crust is very good. The coating.
Now I'll say this: report of the week, review bra disagrees with her.
Even the dogs want it.
Which is
no,
always a sign.
This is
of quality
Beyond Meat. Very tasty, actually. Let me see if you'll eat it. Come on.
Let's see if these dogs will eat it too. So this is like kind of the best that she has, the best that her life has to offer. Is Diane a hoarder? I think she kind of is. It's hard to see. It's hard to see what her actual living situation is like, but I would not surprise me just relative to what we can see. Jerry Moby says Diane's path to reform starts with continued Pittsburgh sunset viewings. Somebody's got to get to Diane.
Good. Yeah. Good. Good. Stop it. Leave it. So they came in 6 or 12. And 12 of the nuggets, if you will, are $14.
Oh, she got that 12 pack. You best believe she got that 12 pack.
But they're very filling. In fact, I've had 3 and I'm full. So.
Yeah, but once you get wine drunk and you put on, Golden Girls or whatever it is you watch, you'll be back.
It's in the green box. Green. Plant-based, not animal-based.
Prophet says she's a very depressed woman that now obsessively watches every episode of Zoobox start to finish. Well, Diane, if you end up watching this, there's an email in the description. Shoot me an email. because I would love to actually just speak to you. I'd like to talk to you.
Dogs love it. How about you? And she loves it. Good girl. Pretty girl.
That's what Diane did today. But she posted a video yesterday that's basically the crown jewel. It explains a lot of the questions that we were asking when we were watching Diane videos on Monday night. You can go check out the archive is on YouTube. Diane is heavily featured in the thumbnail. You can't miss it. And this kind of answers a lot of the questions that we had about who will like why she is the way she is. Trump says, please do, Diane. We honestly will not tear you down on stream. No, not at all. Absolutely not. It'll be a good faith conversation. I don't, having watched so much of her videos, I've grown like a kind of soft affinity for Diane. Like, I don't hate Diane. I don't have any ill will towards her. I think some of her beliefs are kooky. I would never suggest otherwise, but I would love to have a conversation. Whether it's me or Prophet, whoever you want to talk to, I will facilitate it.
Hello, everybody. This is Die Anti-Natalist, and this video is going to depict my upbringing and
So she posted this video the day after I posted that stream to YouTube. So I have to wonder if she watched it and this is like kind of like a de facto or pseudo response to it. I'm very curious. Not to suggest that she actually watched it. I have no idea. Diane might just be like what's a female Chad? A Stacy? And she just don't give a fuck. She's like, your opinion is yours and it don't concern me. But a lot of what she says in here is kind of almost directly answers a lot of the questions that we had. Prophet says she loves it. Diane remarks about a creature that will choke down its own shit.
shortcomings, that my parents afforded me. And so this is a year of the Winter Olympics, my very, very favorite. I just love all of the winter sports and the elite, the figure skaters especially. And yeah, so I really look forward to this. And I was watching Nationals the other day, and like all of the young people I'm just so enamored with. And
this is a theme with Diane. She has an obsession with youth, and she has an obsession with her parents and her family and the deficits that she feels retroactively about how she was raised. So she's gonna tell us in her own words.
I just love their dedication and I love their talent. And
a lot of what she says here about the figure skaters is kind of undermines her personal philosophy about the value of life and what makes a life worth living. It's interesting. It's like you think these people have not suffered to achieve the things that they've achieved. If you're an Olympic athlete, figure skater or otherwise, do you think these people haven't sacrificed and suffered to achieve this so you can watch it on TV and be impressed? Trauma says, you got to forgive your father, Diane. You got to do it.
if you're into figure skating, and if you saw Nathan Chen, his short and long program, he is just spectacular. He blew me away. And I always have a favorite or two of, the females. I don't remember the names. I know that there was a 25-year-old, and I think she placed very highly, maybe first or second in nationals. And then there was like a girl who was 16 that was really, really good. But, if you want to Google Nathan Chen, he was just phenomenal. Just, oh my God, I could just feel myself out there, jumping and doing Ina Bowers and spread eagles. And
See, she vicariously lives through these people because she feels a deficit or feels that she was cheated out of achievement relative to how her parents raised her, the opportunities that her parents provided her. She thinks they didn't give her enough. They didn't show her the way. So that's why Diane rather, didn't accomplish the things she would have liked to have accomplished.
Spirals and sit spins. So let me tell you where this video is going.
Please do.
I said it was going to depict, my childhood and a lot of shortcomings therein. And, I grew up with what you would probably call an upper middle class family.
And this is so many of these people, so many of these really hardcore antinatalists. Most of them are from upper middle class families. And they just they don't acknowledge the fact that they had it very good. They just there are things that they have retconned into their memory, into their life about how their parents raised them and what that means to conform to their current worldview. Now, that's not to say that the way that you're raised or the things your parents do don't affect you. Of course they do. But Diane's in her early 60s, and she has not been able to move past these slights, or these perceived slights, rather. It's hard to say if they're actually slights, or if there is actually something that she was not afforded, right? But this is her perception of it.
Both parents had incomes. Dad was professional. Had a big house, always decent cars, vacations and such. But the parental units, mom and dad, did not invest in us kids. They did not invest in our futures. And that meant not only college future or, long-term future, but not even our activities. We had no extracurricular activities, nothing after school, nothing was, ever offered to us. We did have interests, but we were just not.
And again, Diana's laying in her bed. Just want to point that out.
We just weren't cherished enough. That's just the only explanation I have for it.
So people like Diane take this feeling, and they project it onto everyone and everyone's relationship with their parents. And how could you feel otherwise? How could you possibly feel otherwise?
The parents just did not want to spend money on us. I do remember requesting to take some ballet courses, dance classes, and my mom didn't want to see that. She wanted to see her daughter take tap lessons. So she enrolled me in a tap dance class, which I had no interest in. She also tried to get me to play piano, which I had no interest in. She played piano, and we had a piano at home. That was of no interest in me whatsoever. What I did enjoy was skating, roller skating.
So she just got through saying that she had no extracurricular activities. Her parents did not do anything. It seems like they did. It just maybe wasn't what she thought that she wanted at the time. And that's something that happens, I think, to everybody. All teenagers, all kids want to do things, and then your parents kind of have to come down and be like, well, explain reality to you a little bit. Like maybe that's not available, maybe that's not realistic. I don't know. She's from Pittsburgh. Do you think there's a lot of ballet classes in Pittsburgh? Maybe there could be. But her mother found this other thing, tap dance, and she just rejected it. Like, she couldn't conceive of the idea that, like, well, maybe that's what all there was. I don't know. It seems like because tap dance, ballet. Is there a congruence there? Maybe a little bit. Maybe she was trying to do the best that she could. I don't know. We're making assumptions here. I'm making assumptions here.
And later, ice skating. Later, as an adult, I took a lot of lessons and I invested a lot of time. I worked really hard, and I was able to place out and test out into several adult categories, and also a USFSA. And I competed as long as I could as an adult. But,
so you got to do what you wanted to do. It wasn't the way that you thought it should be, maybe. Or maybe you didn't feel like you have your parents' support, but you did get to do what you wanted to do by your own steam, by your own desire. And I guess maybe just the fact that it just didn't work out in the way that maybe she envisioned, like she's not an Olympic champion. So that means it was worthless or fruitless. Like those experiences didn't matter and didn't add up to something, to who she was. It's just kind of a sad perspective. Prophet says, little makeup, some perfume, and a few shots of 151, and Diane is gonna get smashed like a cheap dinner plate. Maybe some Beyond Chicken.
It's very bittersweet to see these skaters, because what is behind the skater or the skier, or what's behind the talent, is a great family unit and a very supportive mother or father.
It's not just supportive, and sometimes a lot of these kids, they get pushed into Olympic athletes as teenagers. Sometimes it's not their idea. Like that's a lot of work, that's a lot of sacrifice, that's a lot of time. Diane doesn't even strike me as a person that would think that's valuable or worth it. Especially now, all these years later, with her new worldview, her new perspective. How can she not think back on it and just be like, well, maybe they were right. Maybe they were right. Jeremy says, got to clock out for the night, Sean, but let's talk Green Room soon. Got lots of points. Great stream, my dude. Hey, Jeremy, good night, my friend. And yes, I will be in touch very soon about Green Room. I'm going to start lining up some recording dates for movie stuff for sure. So check your DMs in the next couple days.
Or, just like Oksana Bayul, the former Olympic champion. I think she was 16 when she became Olympic figure skating champion. She was taken in by a Russian coach. She was an orphan, and she was phenomenal. I can still just feel her excitement and her tears when she won the Olympics. And I mean,
but that's what it is. This is just envy. It's just blind envy about somebody has something that you don't have. And that's so much of what surrounds Diane, but also a lot of these people. It's just petty grievances about life and disappointment and things that didn't work out the way you wanted to or the way you thought it should, as if that's like an argument. It's just so silly. Hagbard says, my parents wouldn't get me a chainsaw when I was a kid. I got my own as an adult, and I think I appreciated it more. Drami says, so she was taken in by a dude who put her through child labor hell to make her an ice skater.
There was a few Olympians that really, really stood out to me, and Oksana Bayul was one of them. Tara Lipinski was another one, and Sarah Hughes. Sarah Hughes was just not expected, to go so far. And right after I saw her, her short and long program, I just instantly, I said, that is an Olympian. That is first class. I was so impressed with Sarah Hughes' performance. And there's a few other girls along the way. Sasha Cohen was a real favorite of mine. She had a lot of talent. And I believe because of injuries, sports injuries, back injuries, that she was, never placed as an Olympian, but she was phenomenal. But back to my story.
Thank you.
I idolize young people, and I have a lot of appreciation for the parents of children who support their offspring.
Now, see, what she's saying right now is counter to everything that she says on a regular basis about the nature of being a parent and the selfishness of bringing a child into the world because it's an extension of your own ego, and all it's going to do is suffer. Like, why would you celebrate that? Then why would you celebrate these people? Hagbard said Tanya Harding all day, every day.
With the longevity of coaching and the investment it takes to bring a child to the Olympics. And of course, I never had aspirations like that, but I certainly had talent. And
yes, and then you got to use that talent. You got to be an adult competitor on like a smaller circuit. So you got to achieve your goal, or at least somewhat of your goal. Now, I'm not going to suggest that, like, could some parents be more supportive and more invested in the things that their children want to do? Sure, of course. That's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like, that's her whole thing. And it's so weird to hear her talk about this in this way, especially after all of the other stuff we've watched with Diane. This is so diametrically opposed to what she normally says. Trami says it's not only that, she's completely ignoring the immense suffering it takes to become number one of anything. Exactly. Like I said, there's a lot of suffering, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of pain that comes with being the best at anything. And it's a little funny hearing this come from Diane.
My mother, she would drop me off at a roller skating rink, but I never, as much as I
No extracurricular activities, though. Her parents did not support any extracurricular activities except for all the ones that they did.
loved skating, she never bought me my own pair of skates. Now, I had street skates, those cheap, metal skates as a kid. Sidewalk skates, I think they called it, but never my own pair of figure skates. And never did I have a lesson, a coach, a private coach. And my parents had money for that. So, I just really canonize, what it takes in a parent to bring their kid to fruition. And
Why? Why do you feel that? I don't understand this. Like, it's so counter to what everything she says. It's so crazy. Trami says, plus a lot of these kids didn't want it as such. They were more or less pressured into it. Yeah, because what the fuck do you know about life when you're 13? And this becomes everything. Prophet says Tara Lipinski could get it back in the day. Also, Michelle Kwan, waifu on ice. Oh yeah, I was definitely Queen Kwan. Definitely had a thing when I was a kid.
To invest in their, it's just so foreign to me that a parent can and will invest in their children so highly, because
Yet so many people do. Diane. You can't imagine it, but you're giving all of these examples that of parents that did in your perspective.
it didn't happen to me, and I saw.
Oh, there you go.
Parents.
There it is. There's the thing. It didn't happen to me. And that's the end of it.
Around me who were so much less wealthy, but they invested in their children. They, invested in them in a baton class, bought their children skates and ballet lessons and ballet shoes and cheerleading outfits and drill team outfits. And basically the only thing that me and my brother got were
marbles,
outings at church, retreats. And I believe a weekend retreat church was like $25. It includes.
Travis says, why the fuck is this all about what your parents bought you? That's what she hyper fixates on. That they have the ability to provide her dreams and refuse to do it.
Included horseback riding, lots of little sermons, maybe a campfire, camp, a tent, maybe some marshmallows on a long stick, and lots of sermons. So that was cheap, and it's pretty much all we were given. We weren't allowed to enjoy anything outside of 3:30 classroom time. My brother was never in sports, football, basketball.
Traumi says, I meant it's all about material things. All the other support meant nothing. No, I totally understood what you meant, man. Like she hyper fixates on just those material things. Like clearly she did not have some sort of oppressive lifestyle, even by her own admission. It just wasn't what she wanted to do, Yeah, no, I'm going to play both of them private.
Baseball. We were just not given that opportunity, and we were kind of sheltered and encouraged to spend time with family, and then there was church, and then there was Wednesday night spaghetti dinners. Another thing that I was involved in was the church choir. And music was about the only thing I really liked about church. I didn't, had no interest in sermons. I didn't feel like I really belonged in church. And I think a lot of people who do feel that they belong in church have a lot of guilt. And they feel that they're not forgiven or they feel sinful. I never felt any of that. I don't feel guilty or bad as a person. I actually feel.
Well, it requires some amounts of self-awareness. And I say this as a person that I grew up. I grew up going to church, not liking going to church, feeling like it wasn't for me, eventually not going to church. And I guess I just never felt this way. I never projected this kind of bullshit onto the millions of people that do that and get something out of it. I don't know.
Good-hearted and kind.
And I agree with you, Trome.
and,
Calm your tits, Operative Kane.
You know, that's just my internal makeup, and church didn't make me that way. It's just, you know, what I'm, you know, what I chose for myself. And as an empathetic individual, I don't think that's something that comes from church. But the people who feel that they get peace from church, it never gave me peace of any sort. It was just, to me, it was.
See, this is the whole thing. Her inability to see things from anyone else's perspective. She cannot imagine a world in which that would be something that gives a person peace because she didn't feel it. It's like, okay, fine, you didn't feel it. You just got to extend yourself a little bit and try to understand why maybe some people do. It's not like a referendum on what they're doing because you feel this way.
Just formal, and I did not appreciate the church atmosphere. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. It was boring to me. It was just a place that I just did not feel I belonged. I would rather be on a beach or walking a dog or in an art class than church. But that's what we were offered as a child. Church activities. And I longed so much, you know, to learn sport of skating and other things, ballet, and I did not have that opportunity. It was very, when I think back on what I missed and what I really deserved, you know, it makes me very sad. And I actually feel sometimes that I'm living through these young people today who you know just had
Who
much
are selfish and narcissistic and get whatever they want.
better parents than I did. Like, it's just so foreign to me to have been appreciated so much that, you know, my parents would have invested in my future or my talents or.
See, this is what I'm curious about. Like, you know, she says that her parents didn't invest in her future in any significant way. Like, did she go to college? Did they pay for that? Did they buy her first car? Do they help her get her house? Like, you know, there's a lot missing from, I suppose, you know, 18 to 55 in Diane's story. And maybe throughout the times that we do this, we revisit Diane. Maybe we'll find out in the future. Maybe if we get to talk to Diane, we'll find out. Because it seems like there's a whole lot missing here. Maybe she did have awful parents. I'm not discounting that. You know, maybe it is more than just the petty grievances. I don't know. I know she really loved her grandfather, though. But the pain of his memory is too much for her. And she made a video where she says her grandfather was like the greatest person in her life. Nothing but warmth and love. But he died. And the pain that she has to bear because of his death reinforces her antinatalist worldview. I don't think Diane has it's just not very coherent from Diane. I don't know why. I think it's like, maybe it's this weird thing. Like, you know, she's found this kind of this avenue for attention on the internet. You know, people watch her channel. She doesn't get no views. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't get any, like, she gets like, how many views does this have? This came out today. 129 views is solid Zoobox numbers. Solid Zoobox numbers. But if we look at her channel in general, 237, 191, 140, 98. Generally, people leave comments on her page. Like this one, I don't understand why people that are like your parents had children. Nathan Chan is absolutely amazing. You look great. I can't stop watching your videos. High praise. High praise. Tarami says, I get the feeling she had a really wasted youth. That's that's a potential, right? That's a possibility. And whether or not that's spurred on from her parents like non-committance to her future, I don't know. I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
My wants and desires. You know, my parents didn't even save a dime for my college tuition. It's like, okay, they knew me for 17, 18 years, and not a dime was saved to put me in college or.
Oh, see, here we go. Here we go. So her parents did not pay for her college. You know, when I was younger, I had a bitterness about something like this very similar. Not my immediate parents, but my grandparents were like fairly well off, and they did not they did not disperse that to the family. They didn't have that kind of legacy feeling. They were very selfish about it. And I went through a period in my mid 20s being like kind of bitter about this idea of like, why didn't you help me? Like, why didn't you help your family, your legacy? Like, why didn't you like give me a leg up when you clearly could have? And they like, I think my grandfather one time explained it to me. It's like, well, then you wouldn't have appreciated it, which I think is like half true and half not true. Cause I saw other people in my family whose parents did kind of like, and grandparents like sacrificed quite a bit to help them get through school and get married and all this stuff. And those people are very successful. So I don't think there's just like a one way to do something like that. But you know, once you get older and you get a little more perspective, a little more road behind you. That's what, like, because she's in her early 60s, like I said, you kind of like move past those feelings. And you're just like, well, you know, it didn't happen. Now it's on me. Now I got to do what I got to do. I can't be worried about what happened in the past or what somebody did for me or didn't do for me, rather. You got to just go be your own person. CC says, what is with the janky ass filter? Well, that's a classic. That's a Diane move. She likes her filters. Lumazuma says, put her in charge of the Star Wars franchise.
To house me in a dorm. Nothing. And I'm not a typical American in that respect. I would say most, if not the majority of parents, rich and poor, just cater to their children. And me and my brother were, extremely good children. Never any problems with the law, never any problems at school, never disciplinary actions, nothing. We were pretty much quiet, obedient. It was pretty disgusting, actually. I look back on it and I think, I was just too good for my family. I felt that as a child. I knew.
Well, maybe that's where it starts. Maybe narcissism. Maybe your parents didn't know what to do, didn't know what you wanted. She strikes me as a person that probably had a lot of thoughts about what she wanted to do, maybe even for her extracurricular activities. And her parents maybe just didn't know what to do with that, you know?
Knew what I was missing out on as a child, too. I would see other people at the skating rinks, and their moms would, worship them, would buy them outfits and skates. And the mom would, sit in the bleachers and watch their children. I've seen parents all my life sit in the bleachers and watch their children play sports. Not my family. I always felt like kind of an oddball because my parents didn't involve me in things that were rites of passage.
Well, you're going to have to qualify that, Diane. What is a rite of passage relative to extracurricular activities? Operative Kane says she thought life was just going to happen to her, and is now bitter that it didn't. Yeah, seems like it. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Cece says, is that true of people in the U.S.? Usually it's the family that pays for college. Here in Australia, higher education is free, but now not really worth it if you ask me. Is it the expectation? I mean, some parents definitely do pay for college or help pay for college, but more often than not, no. Like, that's actually a big thing in the U.S., right? College debt that they're always talking about. People usually make foolish decisions when they're very young and take out giant loans from banks that they can't ever possibly pay back. And I am a little bit aware of the Australian system where it's like you don't have to start paying it back until you make a certain amount of money, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's a very different system. CC also says she sounds like she doesn't like to pursue things. Most of her speech indicates as much. Yeah, she doesn't want to do something for herself, or she did. Earlier in the video, she talked about how she took it upon herself to get skating lessons when she was an adult, and she even competed amongst adults just in lower circuits. And that wasn't enough. Even though she had no aspirations to be an Olympian or be the best or be whatever, she just wanted to skate. Well, she ended up doing it, Trami says college is expensive, but the problem is if you can't save a meaningful amount, what point is it to save for something you'll never reach? Agree. CC qualifies. Higher ed is not fully free. The government pays it first, and you pay it back in increments when you have a high enough paying job. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So when I was in college, I took courses, I took sports and activities that, I just opened up my world. I took fencing, I took martial arts, and, but, I didn't go that far in college because of funds, because of lack of support. But I look at the youth of today and how lucky. It's not lucky to be born. It's not lucky to have parents. I'm not saying that, but as long as you're placed into existence, the very least that your parents can do for you is support you. And
Prophet says she didn't just want to skate, bro. She wanted her mom to want her to skate. She wanted to be supported. There's a difference. Oh, I'm not suggesting there's not a difference. There is a difference. But if it didn't happen, you got to accept that and move on, especially if you were in your early 60s. I can't imagine I'm going to be in my early 60s still bothered by the fact that like my parents didn't want to support every fucking whim I had as a child. I would have really loved if my parents got me guitar lessons or helped me be a filmmaker. Supported that. I really wish that would have happened, but it didn't. And I'm okay with that. And now we just move on. And now I make live streams about Diane. So I guess I win.
Encourage your talents and to support you financially. And that's something that I did not have. I was totally absent. So not only was I cheated from being placed into existence, but good old mom and dad, they were so selfish, so narcissistic that they did not place any value on, our extracurricular activities, and they didn't try to develop our talents. And we were cheated. We were.
I mean, that could be true. Maybe she was cheated, Maybe there is something to be said about that. It's just like at some point you just got to kind of let it go, though. Prof says you're going to be in your early 60s still pissed. They never released the original Walking Tall on Blu-ray. Well, by that time, it'll probably be like 12K. I'll probably be like, where's my 12K, dude? Because I believe that the original Walking Tall was released on Blu-ray. FYI. Trauma says, and now I make live streams about Diane. I heard the heartbreak in that, Sean. Much love. Not quite. Not quite. You make do with what you got, right? That's what I'm doing. CC says one has to be able to have the hard conversations to talk about what you want, specifically when it comes to your expectations and hopes of support from other people, adults doing adult things. I agree with that as well. You know, she could have just had shitty parents. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not discounting that maybe her parents just sucked. That's totally possible. I still don't understand how that turns into antinatalism. How that turns into a rationalization for it. Especially when she's gone on and on about parents that didn't do that and all the parents that supported their children and loved their children in the way that she would have liked to have been loved. Like she learned a lesson in life and decided not to extend that to future generations of her own. She could have, not to say she had to, but she could have. She had her own kids. She could have been the mother that she wanted. That's the great thing about legacy and generations. It's an iterative process. When you have a kid, you have a chance, you have an opportunity to maybe do things better. And that's all you can hope to do. I can see that very clearly in my own family, like my parents and my grandparents, just in that short period of time. There's no perfection, but it got better. My father was a much better father to me than his father was to him. I can tell you that much. And I hope to be a better father to my son than my father was to me. You got to learn how to let go.
Very cheated. I almost feel like, I had the parents of like a third world family who like couldn't afford anything. And, but my parents would not have felt any guilt at not giving us what we were deserving of. They just not care in the world.
No, it seems like their values were just misaligned with what you thought you needed out of life. Like her parents were very church minded. Maybe they thought that's what the best thing for their kids was. Like I said, there's no perfect paradigm for this stuff. And that's maybe where they were coming from. I don't know. And she doesn't seem to be able even to consider that, which seems odd for a person her age. Cece says acceptance of things you don't have is just as important as the appreciation of the things that you do. 1000% agree. Great sentiment. Tarami says your kids will know all of the My Little Pony and furry lore they'll need to make it in life. Exactly. This is my legacy. They get to look like if I die young, my son will be able to look back at these videos and know what to steer clear of.
For our future. And it just made me feel very isolated in the world and very different than other people.
Hey, join the club, Diane.
And other children. And like, I just looked at my classmates who got to enjoy things that I didn't get, and I kind of lived through them. I'm like, wow, this seems exciting to, take.
Who hasn't, as a teenager, saw a friend that was able to do something or a peer that you couldn't do and wasn't envious? I think everybody has had that experience because it's all relative at a certain point. Cece says, I think she has a very different idea of what the third world country is like. I was born in Africa till I was 10. It's nothing like she lets it on to be. Yeah, she lacks perspective. She has no ability to extend her empathy or her understanding to people that are not her, other than these weird, idealized kind of rose-tinted nostalgia glasses for the kids that she thought had a better life than her when she was a kid. She has no idea what those kids were going through or what their lives were like or what their home lives were like. She just sees what she wants to see. And I think that's true about a lot of how she feels about a lot of things, even in current year. She'll record videos of herself weeping because she can't go to the fucking buffet. The grave injustice. And she's talking about how much she loves youth and she lives vicariously through youth. A few weeks ago, she was talking about that life wasn't worth living because kids suck because they won't go to work at the fast food place that she wants to get a pizza from.
Baton classes or drill team or karate or dance. Like, I just canonized like other students and my cousins even and friends. I'm like, I just thought that there was something wrong with me, that my parents just did not love me or us enough to have provided us with those things. I thought that other people were more worthy. It's a bad way to grow up feeling. So I'll be watching the Olympians.
The Winter Olympics.
And,
and wishing I was there.
I'll be enjoying their performances and I'll be living through them because I did not get to enjoy that.
They give her life. They give her fucking life.
As a child. So good luck to everybody in the Olympics. And I just hope your dreams will come true, even if it's just being able to attend the Olympics and just feeling that, you've made it so much farther than anybody else.
Than
You
I
don't
ever
have to
will.
win a gold medal in order to have succeeded.
And you didn't have to go to the Olympics to feel like you succeeded if you were into skating, because most people don't. Less than 1% of the population of the globe ends up at the Olympics. Tarami says, I remember being so envious of this kid in school who got all the new toys. I learned much later that his mom tried to commit suicide more or less annually, and the toys were just compensation. Exactly. Perspective is a hell of a thing. Yeah, it's not all what it seems to be, right? CC says, at Tarami, Badana dang, cuz thank you for sharing. Perspective for show. For show.
So that's my video for today, right,
thank
Peso?
God.
This is little Peso. Look at you, sweetheart. And if any parents are watching this video, all I can advise you is to do everything, anything and everything for your children. Even if they don't seem grateful at the time, or even if, they're not particularly gifted in what you place them in and what sports, just do everything for them so they never end up feeling like I do, that I was absolutely cheated by my parents. You don't want a child that grows up to feel cheated. So invest in your children because you're the ones that place them into existence.
See, here I will agree with her. I agree with the sentiment that children do not ask to be born, so you owe them a fucking lot if you bring them into this world. I really do believe that. So I find parity with Diane in this moment. What an odd, warm moment from Diane. In her own way. In her own way. Prophet says, go Michelle Kwan. Cheated of greatness. Who knows what she could have been if her parents just, gave a fuck, All right, we got two more little videos to watch, and then we'll call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. It's been fun. I've had fun tonight. I've had a good time. Through all the furriness, we learned a lot. We saw the world. All right, here we go. Some Norm MacDonald. R.I.P. Norm MacDonald.
Why did the moron throw the clock out the window? Why? Because it reminded him of Richard Clock, the man convicted of knife raping his wife. Good God Almighty! Jesus.
It used to be all right.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that one was coming.
Oh, good old Norm MacDonald. Good old Norm. His beautiful non sequiturs. Okay, so this was going to be the video that we ended the Megathon Diane stream. This is gonna be the last video of the night, and then we'll say goodnight. But again, thanks for hanging out, guys. Trami, Prophet, Cece, Jeremy, Big Paul was in there at one point. Zuma even made an appearance. We had everybody. Hagbird, everybody, and anybody new. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun.
This world is not perfect for everyone. This world chooses who has and who does not. In this world, you will have to deal with obstacles that, at first glance, are insurmountable. But with time, with a little determination, there is a chance that you will succeed. Not everything will always be guaranteed. Not everything will be given to you. Sometimes there will be anger in your life, jealousy for a life that was not bestowed on you.
Wow, this is like directly
Despite
to
the
Diane.
love we offer you, we will not always be near you. When you are depressed, when you feel alone, when the world turns against you, remember that we are here for you. You will meet many people on your way home. For some, you will be someone really important. To others, only a fleeting encounter. In this world full of moments, you will not always be able to reach the best. Some will be unpleasant, some will not meet your expectations. Sometimes this welter will make you think it's over, but remember, there is always someone to turn to. Not all of your failures are the end, not every stumble is proof of your flaw. Sometimes you have to be able to get up. Because even if this life is not what we would like it to be, remember, even then, it is worth every moment.
Wow. The surprisingly deep little thing from Millennial Thinker. It's an interesting channel. Can be dark at times, but that was almost like directly to Diane. That would have been the perfect way to end the Diane stream. And I'm sorry that my internet decided to shit out and would not allow me to do so. I'm going to catch up with the chat before I leave. Trami says she has a point for sure. It's just the short-sightedness that raises my sarcasm. I totally agree, because she's normally not that lucid. She's normally not that like understanding or hopeful or wishful. Cece says, Sean, you heckin' legend. Much gratitude from down under. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for joining me tonight. This has been fun. Gaming Dragon, am I too late? Unfortunately, you are. But don't worry, the stream's going to be here. If you want to scrub back, we had a lot of fun. We talked about furries and all sorts of crazy shit. Tarami says, Sean, I think you might enjoy Theremin Trees, not memes and weirdness, just psychology. Actually, I am familiar with that channel. I do enjoy it, but for anybody else out there, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Prophet says, Richard Clock. Gaming Dragon says, I have a video suggestion for your next antinatalism stream. Well, hey, man, drop it. You can drop it in the chat. You can send it to me on Instagram or on Twitter. All the particulars are in the bio or in the description. There's the email for the channel is there. ZooBoxPodcast@gmail.com. If you ever have any suggestions or anything like that, just lay it on me, dude, because we will be revisiting antinatalism probably in the near future. I'm going to take on Amadadom, some guy. Ephilism. It's like antinatalism plus. So that's where we're going to be heading in the future with that stuff. But thanks everybody for hanging out. I had a good time. And I'll see you guys if you're around. I'll be back here on Friday night. Who knows what we'll get into. Should be fun. All right. Good night, everybody.
Leather donut, twist and Stiels. Leather donut, twist and Stiels. Leather donut, twist and Stiels. Leather donut, Latex 69 is in the house. We like to run it high. Latex 69 is in the house. Latex 69 is in the house. Latex 69 is in the house. Twisted Stiels, leather donut. Twisted Stiels, leather donut. Twisted Stials, leather donut. Twisted Stials, leather donut.